Hey guys, he said it. Okay, no drama. He said it,
Uh,
not us. All right.
I'm at
So
0
yeah,
seconds.
yeah, and I was able to get there as well. Just give me 1 second to tweak something. And I think we learned the last time we did Rex together that
Mhm.
I need to improve my countdown. So I'll do a 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Not a 3, 2, and then go on
3,
one or
2,
something.
go. 3, 2, 1,
3, go, 1,
and
2.
go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are, start of another decider. And dude, I'm excited for this one. We've got Fire in the blue. And Fire is the definite favorite here.
Mhm.
And he's one of a few players. When we saw the bracket, we just said, yeah, like he's going to make it back in gold because it's Fire. But then Cloud on the other side, he has been really impressive. And he's had really unique strats that showed me that he's been training a lot, Dave. And along those lines, he's gone for the poles here on Shoals. So poles on Shoals has a ring to it. And it's a strategy that I haven't seen played at least publicly from players. I know some players have been testing it in
I saw it
strategy.
once, and it absolutely did not play out. I think the
Okay.
polls got so destroyed it wasn't even funny. Like, he never even got an option to get into. Obviously, the strat was like, boom into having castles securing the sides and then just go knights.
Yep.
Right? And if it works out for you, you can go Arbalest. If it works out for you on the sides. But he got absolutely destroyed. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, it happened in, it would have been maybe in gold or platinum in the previous season
No,
as
no, no.
well.
It was
Unless you're
this. It
talking
was
about
this
silver.
year. It was this year in
Is
silver.
silver? Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
I think it was someone against Turs. I think I can't remember who it was.
Okay. Well, let me talk through the strategy for people that haven't seen it. So obviously Italians, people have probably watched enough games now to know they're incredibly capable with a fast castle off of the one dock that's protected by the sea tower. Poles don't really have any water bonuses, but what they can make use of is they can make use of the meta, which is to just sit at home and boom. Poles have a great economy. And then while there's limited gold at your base, poles get gold from mining stone as well. So the idea is just if it's going to be a 3 TC war, you can do that. You don't need to rush to the gold as quickly. And then from there, it's usually all centered around Cav, but could be other things as well. We'll see.
Yep. Italians, I saw the water contest yesterday. God, I can never remember the players' names. It's like I have
Matador and Dave?
Yeah, with
Okay.
the all-in galleys. I think it was Malay against Italians, and the Italians player Dave played feudal water pressure with Italians. I tend to like the fast castle approach a little bit better
Yep,
with them,
agreed.
because then you can always take back the water after, and your sea tower is kind of defending your fish anyway, and it's kind of defending your opponent's fish anyway. So if you really want to take out his fish or protect yours, to get past that sea tower and take out his, you're going to have to make a lot of navy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some people still are kind of with the thinking that feudal age is good. Like I did a lot of training with Ozone and Matador, and Matador loved his feudal age play, and he won the game, right? So he played fine. He got the job done, but majority of other players are preferring fast castle more than
Dude,
anything.
Cloud is never making houses next to his CC ever again. I've watched him struggle with 4 deer pushes already. Like, these things are like, Cloud is never again making his houses next to the TC with poles.
That's so funny. Also, the way he's making them is to allow the deer to pass. Well, in case someone's like, why is he doing that? That's really stupid. A reminder that he's going to try and make his farms around his full work, which will go up eventually. So, but I think Fire might actually go feudal age pressure because where he's placed his dock indicates to me that he is okay with his fish being exposed right now. What I've seen a lot is you make the second dock underneath the tower, which I remember we talked about like 6 months ago.
Dude, if he wanted to go FC, he could have a brilliant dock position here. Like, he could have 2 safe fish underneath that.
Yeah, and you can see that as well with the tower. So that's been interesting that Fire's chosen to do that.
But Fire's a water player, right? So he could go water pressure in feudal age, just make a few ships, get full control, and then have a clean enough build to go up to castle age at a really reasonable time. I actually kind of like his map setup. Like, it's a really short wall from the water to that wood line in the south, And it's a really short wall all the way to the water in the north, too. And you can kind of block that marsh area off with a dock, too. You could be fully walled all the way through on this map.
All right, so Fire definitely going to go 2 docks here. He's up already. Maybe this is just because he knows the poles are never going to compete on water. So
yeah,
he says,
make 2 galleys.
I'll just, yeah, just like even add just 2 to 4 galleys, and then he could go up to 8 fishing ships maybe. Also, another thing I've just noticed is they are much further, at least Cloud is much further from the gold in the north. But he's also much closer to the gold in the south. I think for Fire, it's a bit more even. I think Fire might actually be further than the one from the one in the south and closer to the one in the north. It's hard for me to really judge it, but it definitely feels like there's a difference there.
It's kind of a weird, it's a non-typical setup here. Usually you have the golds on like the upper left side of the map square, if that makes sense. Like the northeast of the map rather than just straight north.
Cloud going to gold, and he's still going to fast castle off this, I'm pretty sure. He just will plan on getting stone later. He's slaughtering every buffalo underneath his DC right now. But I think regardless of if this pole strategy works or not, this is the type of thing Cloud needs to try today. He fully recognizes he's slower than Fire. He's less experienced than Fire. He's lower ranked than Fire. Like,
whoa, calm down, dude. Come on. What if Cloud listens to this?
Okay, I'm not trying to sound too mean.
He's uglier than Fire.
Too much.
He has less friends than Fire. He's generally less successful. Like, come on,
he's not like fatter than Fire because Fire was playing this tournament game on a name called Gordo, which we've changed. So that's a positive.
You calling Fire fat? Oh my god.
His name is Gordo. I mean, I looked it up, dude. But no, like, I'm not trying to be harsh on Cloud. Like, Cloud has played really well in Silver because of his planned strats. But there's certain matchups where you just do not want to go into the game playing it the same way as your opponent.
I agree.
I like the strat. I like the idea behind it.
Yep. And I like the fact that he hasn't gone onto stone to try and get his gold with poles.
Yeah, it's too
Ever
early.
since that change, you need like 6 on stone, 5 or 6 on stone to get enough gold. Or you just plan on selling that stone from the market, but it's not the most efficient thing ever. It's just easier, especially at low populations, to go out to the gold with 3 bills.
Yep, agreed. Also, I will have to ask Clouds or reach out to someone in the Taiwanese community because I want to know how many players were grinding because Z40 looked really good. And I could just tell Cloud's been practicing.
Well, they were probably also practicing anyway before this for like Nations Cup and stuff because I know they take that seriously. And Delicious World Cup, right? So they're probably active anyway. As Fire comes in with 4 galleys, he only made 4 and then he immediately started queuing fish even without scouting what was happening here because he knows Cloud's going FC. So there goes the fishing eco from Cloud.
I love how Cloud attacked the house. You know me. Appreciate that. Fire did garrison and missed all the shots, but you know, this is not a surprise to Cloud. He's expecting to lose the fish. Good job from him only to lose 2, but good job from Fire to...
He can't fish, though.
prioritize fishing away.
He can't do anything. He's also taken a couple of hits on his scout, and Fire might come over here and kill this scout. If he can kill that, that's actually really nice. Then you can hide your TC locations. Look at him. He's kind of like swooping in with the galleys. He's like, I'm here. Hello.
Oh, the dodge, though. How did Cloud dodge
sick.
that?
A sick Neo movement there.
Look at the market use from Fire. So Fire just wants to rush up to Castle Age, knowing Cloud will be faster. Fire does have the economic lead right now.
I think he forgot he was Italian, so he bought 100 extra food. Sneaks up on you sometimes, you know?
So I think it's an option for Cloud to try and go back on water, but you should probably just give up water at this point. Stick to your strat.
Yeah, I mean,
don't try and compete with Italians on water.
You can get back on water later, maybe.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
It's not gonna give you any real advantage here. And Fire will just, if he sees you get back on water, he just invests more, and he's got more on there to begin with. So you take your advantages. Right now, your advantage is getting up to Castle Age significantly faster. You get all of your farm upgrades, which he's doing right now. You get your TCs down, and you're laughing, dude. Especially if you see those deer in the back. Does he see those? He does. That's nice.
Yeah, this is great. And then if you're ever concerned, that you're going to be pushed in any way, you transfer more villagers to stone.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meanwhile, you're probably just going to farm with those vills. And I've seen players stonewall too. Like in some of the practice games I've watched, players are just fully stonewalling 4 TCs. And they're just like, come get me. Because if you push me, you're going to have to choose a side. And if you pick one side, I'm going to go to the other, right? It's really cool. I like the idea behind the strategy.
If only Cloud had Firespace. Look at Firespace and imagine the full work potential there.
I know, true.
Dude, it is an empty field here. Oh my god. You could stack like 12 in a row over here.
Look at how Fire is house wall at the left. It's kind of interesting. That's going to block off a bit of space for him.
Yeah. I mean, if he puts another house in a dock there, he could fully wall that area.
Yeah. Too bad you can't make like a gate dock. So
don't give them any ideas.
Yeah, that's true. I should have shut up. Someone just before this was like, "What do you think about building ships?" I was like, "Shut up, shut up. We don't want ships quick walling, okay?"
Imagine if you could quick wall with fish traps. That would be the most expensive quick wall, but like if you had the resin late game and you're trying to trap a navy or something, would be funny.
Imagine explaining that to someone who's new. Like it's already weird for houses to block armies. Oh man, I like Cloud's full work positioning though. I know he doesn't have as much space, but I think he's going to be able to get him down.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the deer there, and then you add in the farms. It's fantastic. You miss out on one farm placement, you're laughing.
Yeah, 7 fishing ships for Fire. I did like the redock from him. So the fish is a little bit more efficient. He just did kill the final fishing ship from Cloud. Cloud is now going to scout the north. He should realize at this point that he is much closer to the gold in the south than he is to the one in the north. But he's got the eco lead because of this boom strategy. And
well,
you kind of know what's
Fire
coming
has
with
the fish
Foals.
too, right?
Yeah. Maybe not in terms of resources brought in. Fire is still ahead there, but at least the amount of workers.
Yep. Fire just added 2 TCs, so he's going to be catching up here.
Yeah.
Or keeping pace, rather. And he has the fish as well.
So if I had to guess, because Fire is so heavy on stone, that he was planning for a castle
thank you for the resub.
in the south. It just would feel more natural to go to the south because it's where he has the villagers mining stone. But he's getting relics for now, which is great. Look at Cloud, dude. Scout's weak. Heal it up. We're basically playing arena. And then he's going to move out and get relics as well.
Fire is going to have docks on Cloud's side of the pond soon. Like, he is just constantly coming across. I really like it. A lot of people wouldn't do this.
It's interesting. If Fire loves his water play. And I would say that I cannot disagree with how he's played it. He didn't overmake ships. He didn't rush fletching even, which a lot of players have done. And he's just prioritized the economic side of things.
If Fire goes for a wall, you see where that forward dock is, right? If he walls from the woodline there and then the woodline to the edge and then goes for the castle in the southern gold, like he's effectively, as long as there's no hidden TC or something right now in the north, he's cutting Cloud off of gold like completely.
He has an outpost, so he could think of that, but it's not a pro player thing to do, you know? Like, if one player does it, and then we see 10 other games on it, then it becomes meta, kind of like people walling in players on Arena.
It's only really meta on this like layout where it's so far away from it, right?
Yeah, and when you add that dock there, which we haven't seen much of. Cloud gets the relic, Fire shows up because he knew the relic was there, and he saw that it disappeared, and then Cloud just re-walled behind his monk. That's good stuff.
Stalemate game. Cloud has 19 villagers queued though. His food is coming in real nice. Man.
Right now.
He's gaming.
Oh.
Look at the full work in the corner there too. He's like, you can tell the mental gymnastics for him trying to place that. And he only ends up getting, what, 5 farms around it?
Yeah, what he really needs, as we see the scouts and some monks getting involved, what he really needs is he needs that gold that he started taking to disappear. And once that's taken, he deletes the mining camp, deletes the lumber camp, and he's got 2 more full works. I love that from Cloud. Heals up the scout. And he's dropping the castle in the south, Dave. He's going to be sending the vills.
I know, and Fire's going super safe with his first castle, even though he had outposts over there.
Yeah.
I think Fire will
if Fire
see
adds
that...
Genoese?
He'll see that castle foundation. He's going for another outpost. Like, he's getting really good exploration. And he's killing the monks with the scout.
Oh, scout gets converted.
The monks
That's
die,
interesting. All right, so scout will be helpful. Fire sees it. I love the fact that Fire's built so many outposts here. It makes it
though.
so much easier for him to make decisions. But he's not going to be able to stop this castle. At
Look at
Cloud,
that eco from Cloud. He just unqueued like 20 villagers, dude.
dude.
Oh my
And he can't go in because he doesn't have the second building
he
yet.
doesn't
But
have
wow.
the building. He's got 1,800 food burning a hole in his pocket. I mean, at this point, just sell like 1K of that, right? Get some gold in the bank or something.
He's collected 2,500 more food.
That
Listen,
is crazy.
I think you rush Slacha Privilege
Yep.
and you just spam Cavalier.
Yep.
You're
And
not going to need a lot of gold for it.
the key here, I think, with your Cavalier is you send them through the middle. You don't send them into the side. A lot of players
Yeah.
will want to send them to the side, but you send them to the middle. Fire's going to have no defense, and then he's going to have to come back with his Genoese Expo or
Yeah.
Monks or whatever
Good call.
to deal with that.
Yeah, and like even if you don't go mid, the whole point is swing sides because Fire is going to have to build up and fortify one side at a time.
Oh, nice lame on the golds there from Fire. That's cheeky. Just laming the golds near Cloud's
Yeah.
base.
I don't think Cloud really is going to care about
Cloud
that.
is 18 Vils queued again.
Dude, this is going to be hard to stop. Genoese crossbow counter Cav really well, like even fully upgraded paladins, right? So
Yeah.
the fact that Poles don't get the final armor and they only are on Cavalier is an issue, but it's just the number potential and the raid potential. Fire could have 3 castles in both gold areas, and I still think he could have problems with the raids.
It's Obuk, Fletching, Cav armor is in, but archer ranges are coming out, so Cloud is going for Arbalest here.
Cloud, you've got to chill with the Vils here, buddy. He's
25.
25.
And he's nervous, man. He's just spamming that.
I mean, this might be the overboom of all overbooms here from Cloud, because he's still not really making armies, so...
Skirms. Okay, so he's opening skirms. Fire can always go into condos.
Yeah,
He sees
Skirm
that.
Obuk is pretty decent. I think the big thing to mention here is that Fire sees the one range coming up because he had the buildings in the south, so Fire should have an idea that it's not going to be Cav. But it still could be Cav as well. Like, I think it's fair to say that Cloud could have been a bit more ready for Imp, and he could have been ready to.
Dude, I
push
think if
with
he had
something.
4 stables, slot to privileges, which he could have afforded if he didn't queue up on that many bills, and then he had like 15 knights and they just went across the middle, I think Fire would have all sorts of problems.
Yep. Yeah, but the Fire's never expecting that. No one ever goes through the middle. The Fire could always add more Navy later on, but I think even just that first raid would be problematic. Okay, so Skirm's pushed forward for Cloud. The battlefield is going to be in the south for now. Blacksmith upgrades are really delayed for Cloud here. He doesn't have armor on his skirms yet, but his economy is insane. He's got gold. He's got stone. The Olbuks are incredibly loud and distracting me, so I can't wait for them to take out these buildings. Just crazy stuff. But Cloud doesn't have protection on the other side, and Fire sees him. And that he's exposed there because of that one outpost. So if Fire wants, he could maybe use bombard cannons next to his castles, and then he could try and raid with something on the other side of Cloud's base.
Please, Archer Range, just die faster so I don't have to listen to that.
They're way too loud, man.
But
fact
and
that
yet
they removed the
Tarkins,
sound entirely from Tarkins, and then
I knew you were going there.
Are 10 times louder than anything else in the game is insane.
They're dying one
I mean,
at a
they
time
are
to the
shredding
castle.
armor, but it's a lot. And first Treb's out here for Cloud. Cloud's going to have chemistry completed soon. He could maybe go for bombard cannons. And, I mean, Fire was expecting Cav, and Fire's just on Genoese right now.
He's going capped
And Fire's
ram
sinking
as well.
stone into repairing this. So, this is good for Cloud.
Capped ram is really weird here when you see the Obuks. Is it Obuks? Obuckers?
I think it's like Olbuk. I think you got to go.
No, the plural. Is it just Obuk
Oh,
for plural, or is it Obuks?
I think it's just Obuk, honestly.
Obuchi?
Obuchi.
Sounds like something Bullet would say. Obuchi,
Yeah.
Buchi.
I think we're right on that. I don't know.
Obussy.
I'm sure we're gonna have 16 different ways to say it once people have their say. But okay, capped ram. I mean, it's really good against skirms.
Yeah, but it can't get through the gold here to get at
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, it's true. Bombard cannons on the way from Fire. Bombard cannons on the way from Cloud, but the cannons are coming faster for Fire. And remember, Imp was in faster for Cloud, so I was a little critical of how late some of his upgrades were. It's possible that if Fire can actually move out with the cannons, which he might not be able to, that the cannons could make all the difference, Dave. But I say he might not be able to because they're going to pop out now. The skirms are ready, and the castle could go down for Fire. There's the cannons. Kill the cannons, Cloud.
Yeah, Fire isn't pushing on the other side either. Like, I think Fire, what he needs to do here is try and hold the castles and then maybe water pressure. Maybe some cannon galleons or something to deal with the castles from the other side.
He's just going to double down, or I don't know if you can call it doubling down because he's already lost the castle, but he's running all of his Genoese to kill a bombard cannon. They're all going to die.
And it's not even going to get it. It's not even going to get it, Tristan. Oh, no. They all died, dude. They all died. Now he's making a switch into cavalry. Cloud is actually playing this really nicely as an opening.
Yeah.
Very patient. The skirms have done work. The Rams were what looks to be a terrible choice from Fire because they didn't do anything.
Fires probably can't believe it right now. He 3-0'd his previous opponent. He, back to what I said in the Dark Age, he should have some confidence because he's the most experienced player. And momentum is everything, right? So if you get a big confidence boost, if your Cloud here start off this series and Fire starts to doubt himself a little bit or be frustrated, it could affect the future games. Love the castle from Cloud that he's placing on the other flank, just in case raids could eventually become a thing. But, Fire's just going to run out of stone, it feels like, as another bombard cannon's exposed, and that cannon does die to the Obuk.
Yep. Castles have gotten Fire a lot of kills. Like, that castle he just built that's going down now had 20 kills on it. In the, 2 minutes it was up, but, I mean, they're still dying.
Cannons from Fire. He didn't even know they were in there.
Oh, he forgot about them, or maybe he just couldn't ungarrison earlier, right? He still has 2 queued from those siege workshops. Oh, man.
I think he's reeling right now. I think Fire, he really wasn't expecting this. And he's probably going through a list of what he could try in his head.
Dude, I think it's
on
water.
that list is Lykev.
I think it's water. I really think so.
Yeah.
Because if you get water control, Cloud can't push past this choke point. He can't push past the other choke point.
10 galleons. Yeah, 10 galleons. And then if the galleons allow you to hold this area, you could try and push the other side. I agree with that. But I think Cloud in this moment, you've fully controlled this area. You either send everything and push right now, which he might do, or you just spam cav raids to the other area. He doesn't have vision there, and he probably wants to push more than anything, but I think Fire's way back is if Fire still has free access to the gold in the north. There's 0 castles for Fire in the north, so a raid could end him there.
Yeah, that's the thing for him. He still has a decent eco, right? He's kind of housed right now because he just lost 3 castles in a row. Yeah. But he still has full uncontested access to the stone and the golds in the north. And Cloud had to fight for his access over there, but he's got elite Obuk now. Bombard cannons, skirmishers. He can always go into Cavalier or Wing Tassar later.
I think this Obuk in the north that's going to make it to the gold area will be really helpful for Cloud because he won't see a castle there, which will probably build up some confidence for him. He's got to be careful with his cannons here, Cloud. I like the Lykev choice here from Fire. It doesn't cost any gold. It gives you some mobility, which he's been lacking. But it's still not an answer to the Obuk.
Cannon galleons.
Obuk and Skirm is still really strong.
Cannon galleons coming out from Fire. They do splash damage now, right? So.
Yeah, could be good. And you can attack ground with them, too.
Yep. If you get 15 of them, oh man, he's never passing this area. Never.
I think Fire could stabilize this with the Navy. Yep, there you go. Cannon galleons would take the Treb. The Lykev take the bombard cannons, and Fire can hold this. I don't know if you run in here if you're Cloud. You could tell Cloud's like, oh no, that could be bad for me. This could give Fire time. Let's just fight anyways. Oh my god.
Oh, Skirms, please stack up here. Please stack up for these cannon galleons. Oh, it's not happening.
No attack round attempt from Fire.
A demo would have been great there too. Holy.
Fire can now, get a castle in the north, which he should probably prioritize. He's pretty much held in the south. And Dave, same thing. If Cav went through the middle, I'm seeing Obuk go through the middle.
Yep.
But if Lykev from Fire went through that middle area, it'd go directly into Cloud's farming eco. And both players just do not think about that possibility.
I think it's just because no one ever goes through the middle that you at a certain point you just don't realize it's possible.
Yeah, agreed.
I can see from Cloud's perspective, he doesn't want to go through the middle where there might be Navy, and now Cloud is getting War Galley. Fire got War Galley, so they both realize at the same time that Navy is actually useful in this map.
Yeah. And honestly, I think Fire is in a fine spot. He has more relics. The Olbuk skirm composition it's capped now. It can't push any further. I think Fire's giving Cloud a decent fight, but still. And Fire's got the resources secured in the north, and this game will go very, very late, which could be concerning for the Poles, right? Because when you're thinking Poles, you're not thinking they have the best units. It's just that their economy is strong, and they can afford to make a lot of them.
Well, I mean, Winged Hussar are pretty freaking good, right?
That's true. That's true. We'll see if we see the Winged Hussar. And actually, I take back what I was saying. Cloud was able to take this fight. The Olbuks have high enough Pierce armor, and the castle for Fire will fall to these Trebs.
And here come the fires from behind. And it's the wrong kind of fire. It's not fire the person, it's fire the unit. And the cannon galleons are going down.
Yeah. If you had Winged Hussar right now and you could raid anywhere, anywhere in Fire's base, it'd be amazing. Fire does not have the castles to defend from that. But it's the Hammer boys that are going to town more than anything right now for Cloud, as he wants to castle creep forward. He wants to drop a castle next to those Trebs. I'm sure he'll get that down. The fast fire upgrade will be nice for Cloud, and he's going to have 8 of them in the middle. Fire's going to add more, though, so Fire could probably stabilize.
New strat. Peel away all the fast fire ship armor with Obuks, and then hit them with your skirmishers. Easy.
Can you take the armor off with an
Yeah,
Obuk?
yeah. It was doing that earlier.
Okay.
One of those was 8-5.
Yeah, I mean, that's not one of those. That was not on the list of conversations I thought we would have before this series.
You have
All right,
a list?
Cloud lost a few units to the castle from Fire in the north, so that shows me he's thinking about that area. But he's still making progress here, and Fire is adding more and more stone walls too. This is Fire's farming eco, but he's got double castle at home. What a game.
You could just go fortified wall like 15 layers and then control the Navy.
Yeah.
The water. There's
Unfortunately,
no push,
now where the Trebs are for Cloud and where the castle is, cannon galleons can't really help that much. I think
cannon galleons
cannon galleons can range the
yeah,
castle.
but not up against the edge of the map. That would be your only
Yeah.
risk, right? You'd have to keep a couple of bombard cannons on the other side.
Fire's got 5 bombard cannons. I'm concerned that Cloud's going to lose this position.
Yeah, that castle foundation
losing a
is
lot of
not a
units.
good idea. Like, that castle tried to go
Rip.
up and then it went immediately down. Fire actually was missing wheel or handcart, which is important.
Okay.
He's going to get that right now. 140
Oh, now
builds.
Fire's going to lose his bombard cannons, though, because he just took a good fight, and now he's looking somewhere else. And
Oh, tragic.
oh, expensive losses.
He kept one alive at least. He's pushing up again. Treb's still trying to find somewhere to sit. And they're going to have
Lots
to
of
fall
fires
back,
from
but
Cloud
there's
in the middle.
so many Obuk, dude. They're just streaming in.
Lots of fires from Cloud, too. He's going to take some good fights. If you take out the docks completely from Fire, then you can go Galleon.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about this Obuk, it's attached to the poles, right? The Civ, which is so good with their cav and their eco, and has decent range units, bomber cannon, siege ram, etc. It shreds armor. It's relatively cheap, and it has 6 pierce armor. Like, Elite Samurai doesn't have 6 pierce armor. So it's deceivingly strong in these moments, and that's why Cloud continues to make them. And I'm not seeing a real way for Fire to push this back at the moment. There's just red dots all over, whether it's in the middle or it's in the back of his base. There's 3 Obuks in the north right now for him to deal with. This is brutal.
Still not even Elite Genoese Expo, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just
But it's like,
really
dude, even
rough.
like I think you need to stop making Genoese crossbow. Then,
I think you
right?
needed
Like,
water, dude. I think you needed
Yeah.
water. You could have stopped
Yeah.
all of this from happening, but I mean, it was just a little bit too late to make the switch to that, right?
Okay, Cloud's got Trebs now from the castle on his right flank, so he'll start to push that area slowly. And he's just trying to chip away at Fire on the left side still. Fire tries to take a Treb, will take the Treb, and does a better job at saving his bombard cannons, as now he goes for Elite Skirm, which I think is good. Adding your own skirms, adding an Arbalest, can't disagree with that, but he just needs a foothold. It doesn't feel like it's going to be easy for him to push Cloud back.
Oh, and he's losing all his Genoese. Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
it's because he's looking on the right side right now because there's Trebs coming forward from Cloud. I think Cloud, he's got the right idea, but if you're going to do that, I think drop a castle next to your Trebs.
Neither player has careening here. That's interesting.
It's probably really hard to think about that here, I think. So, I saw a game which was Poles versus Romans on this map.
Ooh.
And the game, it was similar to this, but it went until there was no gold left on the map.
I have never seen that on here.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. It was amazing. Winged Hussars versus Legionaries and Heavy Scorpion. It was pretty ridiculous.
Oh, that's a lot of cannons for fire. Just you got to keep tabs on these ones for sure. And he's getting Cavalier too. And he's kind of like massing the Cavalier back. I wonder if he's going to go across. I would love to see that. More stables being added here from Cloud as well at home. Tons of stables there.
Like, normally you see a push from Cloud in any other map, and you think, okay, Cloud's winning this game. He hasn't lost ground, and he's pushing. But both players are just one big raid away from swinging it.
Lead Genoese Expo on the way, too.
Yeah,
and Trebs are kind of moving forward.
For Cloud.
Trebs are moving forward in the north, but right into the army from Fire. But Fire doesn't really have any units to deal with Trebs. He's just got Genoese Expo
suck
there.
against Trebs.
Yep, and his cannons
and they're both looking on the other side.
Cannons are being targeted over there. The Cavalier are engaging against the skirms. They're not going across into Cloud's eco.
Winged Hussar for Cloud. He's got enough food to spam some Winged Hussars. And finally, he'll have a unit which he's okay with just sending in randomly into into Fire's eco, because he's had to really pay close attention to his numbers to protect his siege. Winged Hussars don't have to be part of that.
I think Fire can win the water right now if he goes out with those fire ships.
Yeah, but he's really focused on saving that castle, Dave. But like you said, winning the water could be helpful there. He's bringing Cavalier over to take those Trebs. He had nothing really to protect the Trebs from Cloud. He had units there, but they got pulled into the castle fire. And then big fight on the other side where Fire loses a Treb. Dude, this game is insane. What a way to start a series.
Yep. Long one, too. 2 bomber cannons going down from Cloud on the other side. He's only got 1 left. Fire managed to save 2 of those Trebs. The castle has been saved. The Treb is going down there. Nice little pushback from Fire, and he's still got fire ships inside of his docks, too, if he wants to clear the water.
Something I'm noticing is Fire is still creating vills at 147 vills. That's a big deal right now. And it makes sense when you're under the most pressure to possibly overboom, but he really needs army count. And if he's over 150 villagers, he's not going to be able to make as much as Cloud.
I mean, he's not pop capped yet, so we'll worry about that when he's actually pop capped, right?
He's got 2 castles in the north now, Fire. Doesn't have a lot of production buildings up there, though, besides the castles. And as I say that, he'll drop stables. And farm count higher for Cloud than it was a moment ago, so he is finding time to add more farms with the poles. Beautiful full work in the south.
It's the biggest issue, right?
That was what I looked for. I was like, where did he do that? 190 pop for Fire. Did he? I think he just deleted vills somewhere.
He did. He deleted about 15
in the left
vills.
in the left corner.
Yeah, he saw he was pop capped, and he deleted vills.
Yep.
And now the Genoese Expo are really coming in clutch, just shredding the Winged Hussar.
Yeah. Dude, Winged Hussar through the middle. Maybe Cloud will do it once he takes out the dock in the middle. If he takes out the dock in the middle.
There's 4 fast fires in there. Fire doesn't realize they're in there. When they pop out, they might even be able to win that fight, because a bunch of those fires are weak.
Oh, man. Fire, only 2 Trebs. He moves forward, feeling desperate. He'll lose a Treb to the bombard cannon as the Olbuk and the Hussars are here. Did we see the Legacy tech yet from Cloud?
I think Lechitic Legacy is in, yeah.
Okay, I'm glad. I just wanted you to say the first part of that. Because if that's in, the Hussars, when they do engage, will be insane. And we've got cannon galleons in the middle from Cloud. We have a bombard cannon on the left. He got Hussars into the left corner. He's got Olbuk into the northern corner. He still hasn't taken any damage anywhere. He's making progress.
Fire's at 140 vills still, though.
Yeah, true. And Fire will snipe the bombard cannons and snipe the cannon galleon.
And I think he's thinking about a push in the north now. He's making Trebs, and he's got some units there. So if he stabilizes in the south, he can start a push in the north. He's killed the units in the back of his base.
I said ooh because he did send Hussars through the middle. So I don't know if that was intentional or if it was just a pathing thing, but
this might give Cloud some ideas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cloud goes for another castle position forward, and he might even get away with this one, as all the Genoese Expo are kind of busy dealing with all the raiding units. Or maybe the Foundation just dies right away again. Who knows?
Yeah. Beauty of the Hussar, even if you lose 20 units to kill one bomber cannon, it's worth it.
I don't know if he's
going to go in.
Oh, he gets it. He gets it.
There's only one Treb from Fire. There's the tech we were talking about.
Oh, it's not in. Okay. Someone said it was in my chat. Liars.
No Trebs for Clouds here, though. If you get that castle up and you've got Trebs now on the castles, it's great. But he's losing a lot of units to the castles. I think he's actually just waiting for the cannon galleons, though. Oh, yeah. There you go. That'll take some time, but that'll do the job.
But there's 2 fires from the other side.
Oh, no.
And there's a bomber cannon as well. So
Fire doesn't have any docks. I'd be so annoyed.
Yeah.
But he did notice this.
He's also pushing that castle in the north of Cloud's base. Great game. Wow.
Ooh.
Cloud's playing really
Fires,
nice here. Sim with Fire.
Yeah,
Oh, the cannon galleons going down to like 0 HP. Fires.
Save them, no!
They have 12 HP total, dude. Oh,
Dude.
no.
That's huge.
That's
and now
massive.
Fire's starting to push, and Cloud has one castle in this area.
Yep.
He's just fully fortified the south. He never fortified the other side, and Fire's holding.
He got through with Winged Hussar. He's in the back of Fire's base with a lot of Winged
Fire's
Hussar.
house walling.
He's trying to quick wall. There's a
Well, they're gonna get
gigantic,
through eventually.
massive hole on the other side.
Oh, that's gonna hurt Fire so much.
Oh, wow. How many vills are up here? Oh, my. That's like his whole eco up here. 74 vills in one screen.
Cloud's really taking his time to engage, though. He must be looking at something else because he didn't fight at all. He passed a lot of vills. And Dave, now there's going to be Hussars from Fire into Cloud's economy where there is nothing. And there's no production buildings either.
Yep.
So, a complete base trade of sorts here.
The castle
both
did go
players are
down
gonna
from
take
Fire
losses.
on the left side, though. So Cloud is
Yeah.
still pushing up from that side, too.
I think my concern for Cloud is if Fire brings the Genoese crossbowmen into the raid, that the only thing Cloud's going to send to clear up the Hussar raid is his own Hussars, and the Genvos will kill that.
Well, he's got 46 skirms in the queue. His queue is really good. If you're looking at his resources and thinking, well, he doesn't have that much, no. He's got, like, over 100 units in the queue right now.
I think you could even consider, like, Onager against the Genoese crossbowmen. Bit harder to control, of course. And Fire's got one castle to protect his eco, but Fire has relocated a lot of his eco. Having said that, Fire's lost 75 villagers in this game. Cloud has only lost 12.
He's only lost 12. Wow.
I think that's going to change. Look at the evacuation here from Cloud. He's got so many idols, and then the villagers that aren't idle are on the move. But okay, Winged Hussar, bit of trample damage. Let's see what that can do. Genoese crossbowman shred here. Cloud's still wanting to push on the other side. He just lost a bombard cannon, but he's still got one Treb. I think Fire will be able to take that out, though, Dave. Fire's got the population lead.
He needs to save that castle, though. You can't have a castle-less side over here.
Yeah, yeah.
And 2 bomber cannons are coming out. He might be able to snipe the bomber cannons from Fire.
He gets one. He loses his trap. I honestly think Cloud needs an answer to the Genoese crossbowman now, and I think the answer might be Arbalest instead of Skirm. Or maybe a whole lot more Obuk.
It's definitely not Winged Hussar. They're getting absolutely shredded.
Yeah. I think
Where are the skirms?
He needs more Obuk, and there are skirms on the way.
And there's
Dude, there's a massive traffic jam. If you look at the stables from Cloud in the south, there's a bunch of units getting stuck there.
Yep.
What a game. This might go... Fire's almost out of gold in the north.
Like, Cloud might clear this with the bomber cannon. Just shoot, 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 just shoot.
Well, he shot. He missed. But Fire... This is the second time in this game where he tries to kill a bomber cannon with the Genoese crossbowman, and he's quickly reminded of how little range these things have.
Demo. Fires something.
Oh.
You've got Fires over on the other side. Bring them over.
Cloud's got a cannon galleon on the TC from Fire. There's still Fire ships around. Cloud's bringing in Trebs and bomber cannons on the left, Dave. I think he's finally built up enough of an army to stop Fire from pushing his farming eco. Because the skirm and the Obuk number is decent enough.
He did lose 2 of his relics. I mean, Fire's been getting that relic gold the whole time, and he's running out of gold in the north. Like, there's only...
Yeah.
how much? 3K left on those gold piles in the north?
Yep, 3K.
I think the Poles are just going to outgrind the Italians here.
Yeah, and now if you're Cloud, you take this fight, but then you kill those 2 trebs from fire.
Yeah,
Don't let fire be around with any trebs. And
that castle's going to go down to the left, too, so it's like, oh, man.
And Cloud buys the stone for another castle. How many castles has he
4.
built in this game?
Right
Oh
here?
my
You mean
God.
just in this location right here?
Yeah,
Like-
right here it's 4. Dang, man.
Yeah.
I think Fire's slowly coming to the conclusion that he just can't break it, but maybe he's not, right? He's got the score lead. He still has 4 relics.
I mean,
But
if he
can't
does,
feel good to be losing that entire corner.
if he does take this position where those Genoese are, there is that gold that he lamed earlier. There's 2 piles of gold there.
Yeah, true. True. Oh, God, but his Genbos, they get pushed back.
157 pop now from him.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
castle on
and
the
it
left.
becomes really hard to stabilize. Once you have no castle,
Yeah.
good luck pushing back the castles that Cloud's just built.
Cloud
Still
did
would
it.
like to see Cloud. If he's in the business of buying stone, I would like to see him build a castle where he just took out the trebs again. Just like secure that area in case there's going to be raids from Fire, because Fire still does
think
have
you're-
hussars.
I honestly think you're fine now, dude.
Yeah.
It's just like you've got him in a corner. Now, with that castle taken out, both of them on the left side, the castle of your own, just keep up the production and you're fine. And look at his production. 65 Obuk in the queue. Not even winged hussar.
And then 70 skirms, and then look at his resources in queue.
Yeah. And make some cannon galleons. You got the fires in the center. Make some cannon galleons. Cut off all of this stuff from fire, and you're fine.
Cloud opening the series with a great strategy, man.
Yep.
Skirm Obuk opening. I was a little unconvinced because he was a little late with upgrades, but Fire is never able to push back.
Ooh, big bomber cannon shots here from Cloud. He's taking out bomber cannons from Fire. Maybe Genbos as well.
Yep, just stick next to your castle Fire if you can, if you're Cloud. And you might be able to keep those bomber cannons alive. Great job from Fire to go in for the cannons. He'll likely get one. Actually ends up getting both of them here, I think. That's impressive. Well played. And he still hasn't been pushed on the other side. He's still in it. 115 vills. He's just 30 army behind right now. God, it must be so annoying to be Fire right now, though.
Every time I look back at Cloud's base, there's just a stream of units coming forward. And you can tell from the KD. Like, Fire's been grinding him down, but Cloud is still outproducing him at every moment.
Yep. And Cloud is happy to toss away 10 units to kill a cannon, as he just does that there on the left.
Yeah.
And as long as you have the fortifications, it's fine. If you don't have fortifications, when you toss away army, that gives them time to move out across the map. I still think Fire sending hussars... Well, no. Sending hussars through the middle would be cut off by the fast fires now, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of ways that Fire can do something different than just react.
I think he's in that position where he can't really take the initiative. He's just grinding him down and hoping that Cloud will forget to produce. Which happens, you know, in a long game.
Mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, it does happen. Or like
I
he's
don't-
going to have 20 idle armies somewhere in the back of his base and he can take advantage of it.
Honestly, once Fire loses these relics, I mean, the golden come's almost gone in terms of the mining gold. Once he loses access to those relics, he's not getting that position back.
Heavy
And
plow.
Cloud is going to get his relics again.
Nice heavy
And the
plow
fires
timing.
from Cloud are going to... Yeah, heavy plow. Fires from Cloud are going to kill all these villagers. But hey, Fire's making a castle on the other side, Dave.
Yep.
It's kind of moving forward a little bit.
He's trying to go
here.
towards that 2 tiles of gold. He sees it. He's identified that. That's his new mission.
Cloud, he's done everything right here. Do you delete a couple fires in this position, or are you still happy with that?
The fires are fine. I think you add cannon galleons. That's exactly
Yeah.
what he's doing. Nice.
gonna
And
castle. Cloud's
send in
concerned.
your army from the other side, and you're Gucci.
Cloud
You're
needs all of his
fine.
ranges, stables, castles to get his production going to that right side right now.
Mm-hmm.
That castle is awkward. I think it'll go up. If Fire reacts right now, though, he can deny it.
All of his units are still streaming to the left side.
Yeah. Okay, he now knows the Genoese crossbowmen are there because of the attack. And he's going to lose
Galleon.
farmers on the right side.
Galleon coming in. If you're making galleons, now you delete the fires. 100%.
Yeah.
You don't have
Well,
enough pot space for that.
It's really tough to get your population right here. Fire's got everything on land, which is really helping him.
Relics have been
I
ejected.
think there's some concern right now for Cloud because of these raids, especially if Fire had Trebs right now and was trebbing down the castles and the relics. Run, Monk! Fire's trying to leave with the relics. Okay, takes the cannon. Well played, Cloud. Olbuk Skirm still doing the job here, Dave. And Fire's just left with one corner of the map.
Amazing how he's holding on, though. He is holding on.
Yeah.
And he's waiting until that castle goes down. He's got his eye on those two little piles of gold over there.
But now there's Hussars and there's Olbuk on the way, and Cloud's going to hold on to this area as long as he can.
Look at that KD.
He had a couple siege workshops here for bombard cannons that could be helpful. Yeah, the KD's just insane. But
Disgusting.
the Eco KD.
Yeah.
Look at the Eco KD, though, right? That's pretty crazy. I love games like this where you grind your opponent down. They might have the better units, but you get the better positioning.
Oh, there's so many villagers from Fire in this top corner. I am selecting right now, and I'm seeing 84 villagers in this top corner.
Yep. And he somehow still has 40 on food. Don't ask me how that's achievable. It doesn't seem like he really has the space. But he doesn't have much of a queue right now, Dave. So once this army's dead with his Trebs and his cannon, that's probably going to be it for him. And yeah, his eco's getting torn to bits here by the army from Cloud that is advancing in.
Amazing.
I do not think Cloud can kill the siege push from Fire. Not yet. I think Cloud's going to have to lose that castle.
Just send more villas and just keep repairing it. It's buying you so much time. Nope, castle's down. Maybe buy another one. Do stone walls. Do something. Because right now you're killing everything in the north. You just got to keep doing that. And then you can turn your attention over to the other side eventually.
Yeah. Fire does have gold now. So he's got 1,600 more gold to work with.
Ooh, I think Cloud can take out these.
And 45 Genoese crossbowmen.
I think Cloud can take out these castles from Fire with his cannon galleons. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah,
so.
he can. Oh, that hurts so much. And then also there's still some siege left over for Cloud on the left side, so he could take out the remaining castle too. But he has to focus on defending now. If he defends here, he wins this game. And it's a big momentum boost to start the series. Cloud's using the skirms on the Genoese crossbowmen. And then sending in Hussars and Olbuks. And Fire's not going to be able to make more Genoese
He's Omega Host. He's Giga Host.
Giga.
Fire just lost the castle in his base. He's losing houses as well, so he can't produce anything. Every unit you take out here, Fire cannot replace currently.
Yep. And I think Fire probably knows it's coming, but the score's still rising. He's still making some progress.
You just hate to lose games like this, man. And there is no pain quite like losing a game like this that has gone on for an hour and 20 minutes where you had a winning position.
And then you have the KD and all of that. And then you're just like, no. And also, this is the final Civ pick for Cloud. The last one. And I don't know what order it was for Fire because I don't remember, but it's got to be at least the first or second pick. It's going to be a score flip into GG here, right? Cloud takes a score lead again. Fire's population is 120.
Yep.
Surely Fire realizes now he's got nothing.
The only thing that could have been done from Cloud, maybe more forward production buildings, but then you have all your military forward and you kind of needed to defend against this, so I can see why he wouldn't do that. But still, like his production this whole game has been insane. 4 Cav Archers now from Cloud as well.
That's a misclick right there. There's no way he planned it. It's been a long game, right? So he'll probably misclick some trade cogs pretty soon out of his docks.
Well, this is what you were looking for when you pick poles on shoals, right? You're looking to just outlast your opponent.
Yeah, and just the style of gameplay is so very different from what we see with Malay or Italians or Byzantines. And it can be a frustrating thing to face up against. Fire calls the GG. It was a 1 hour and 22-minute game. Cloud created 514 Olbuk in that game. Oh my goodness. And he gets the job done. For Fire, he must not have created over 260 Genoese crossbows because that would replace the Hussar image there. But his Genoese crossbowmen were getting kills.
They were farming.
But they just weren't able to push it all. And it all comes down to Cloud doing an excellent job in early imp. Again, I'm thinking back. He's on the way to Imp. He had like 25 vills in queue. His economy was ridiculous. And Fire could never really do anything to punish it.
The discrepancy between eco KD and actual KD is crazy. It just shows what Cloud was doing all the game, right? He was just killing villagers the entire time. He was, I mean, really making use of his Polish bonuses, the farms, and the stone, of course. Getting the extra gold from it was really useful. So, nice job from Cloud. I have to wonder if Fire had sent his Cavalier or Hussar across, or if Cloud had gone for Knights and sent them across into the base, we might have had a completely different and faster game.
Yeah.
Or if they had gone onto water earlier, especially Fire. I think he could have held that initial push if he had water instead of the Rams.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. There were definitely some moments there where Fire was able to hold with Navy, or while he was holding with the units he was, if he went middle, maybe Cloud would have collapsed because every single farmer for a while was right in the middle, and there was no castles whatsoever. But honestly, it's not something I really thought of too much until you brought it back up again, and I feel like the players are probably in the same boat there.
Casual double the food count collected. Extremely
81,000 food collected.
Extremely casual. Yeah.
And now they have to play potentially 4 more games.
Yeah.
So good
sick
stuff. All right. So scores 1-0. This is exactly what I wanted to see from this series. I doubted it. I didn't think Cloud could get the wins today. I thought Fire would come out delivering. Fire is gonna try and respond on a home map. I'm sure it'll be either Cross or Arabia. And I'll hop into that now.
Looks like it's gonna be Cross based on the civs. I didn't see the map, but I saw the civs.
Yeah, like Lithuanians being first is a good tell.
Lithuanians, Japanese. It's like, I wonder which map it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm at 0 seconds.
Okay, and are you kidding me, Capture Age? I'm gonna try one more time. It took me to 29 seconds. Like, what is that?
Well, can't you just rewind?
No, because the Capture Age didn't load. It's right. I'm gonna try again. Let's see.
Do you open the Rex through Capture Age, or do you open them through the game?
I open them through the game.
Okay, same here. That's weird that it takes you to 29 seconds.
Yeah, I'm at 0 though. So 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are, game 2. Cloud opened up the series with a crazy win, Dave. And before we even talk about how we need to play Cross and this weird little wood wall Cloud has in the south.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that too.
That could actually be really inconvenient for him.
It's either good or it's bad. We'll figure it out.
But yeah, I guess after we talk about that, I do just want to go back to your point that losing that first game has got to feel horrible for Fire right now. He needs to respond here. There's no way he could lose that game and then lose this game and have any will to live left. Yeah. But Japanese Lithuanians, 6-7 months ago, I feel like it was more suited for Lithuanians because they had the better start. Now I feel like it's a pretty even matchup, at least in the early game. But I'm not sure what you think.
I think Japanese are a little bit better until like mid Castle Age. Yep. And then the Lithuanians start taking over. And definitely I'd rather have the Lithuanians in Imperial Age than the Japanese, for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
They just have more options.
I also think that we have seen a lot of players play Japanese incorrectly. Too many players are not trying to use the flexibility of the Japanese to apply early pressure on land, and they're just kind of walling and playing water. In those instances, then, if that's how you're going to play it with Japanese, I would say, well, might as well pick, another civilization, or I prefer the Lithuanians. But interesting from Cloud, he's actually getting Loom, which I don't know if he planned for this or if he just didn't have the food because he went to wood so early.
I think he was playing old Lithuanians build.
Yeah. Yep.
And then he is forced to get Loom. Or, you know what? It could just be a safety thing, a comfort thing, right? I'm sending my Vil all the way over there. I don't want to mess around with it. I am just going to get Loom, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, and if Fire scouts that villager and the villager's not walled in, he might instinctively fight it.
Yeah.
And if he's doing that in Dark Age, that he won't be able to kill the Vil and he'll lose some scout HP.
Yeah, we'll see. Never know. Cloud is discovering that Fire is not on the pond over on the side, and I'm actually quite glad that Cloud isn't screwing around with pushing in deer. Players
Agreed.
just love pushing in deer nowadays, even on a map like Cross or Four Lakes or whatever you call it. And it feels like if you find the villager early, it gives you so much information, and there's a potential that you could snipe that villager before the dock is up, and that's absolutely tragic for your opponent, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. I prefer the scouting intel. I do think if you're trying to go man-at-arms, or if you're naturally a greedy player, which I think Fire might be both fall into both categories, then maybe you need the extra food. But if you don't have the scouting intel on where to go with man-at-arms or where to pressure, could be a concern. I don't know if Fire will do that. Normally, you're sending more villagers to wood soon. 6 on wood's pretty decent, though, and Cloud's going to find his dock in the north. But yeah, I saw a game on Scandi in second round. It's not going to surprise you when I say the player names, but it was Tomate versus Bloodless. And Tomate didn't push any deer on Scandi. He's just like, I'm going to mill it later. And he's scouting everything, right? Bloodless pushed in every single one of his deer to go fast Feudal on a map with 3 boars. And I was just so annoyed. I was like, what are you doing? And then, of course, surprised by man-at-arms. Surprised by opponent's dock. Like, but, I mean, it's Bloodless, right? He does prefer the more greedy style, so.
Isn't he Arena Cloud?
Yeah, he's an Arena guy, so it made sense.
All right,
it was really cool to see him play and John Slow play. Like, John Slow beating TK and then getting a win off of Jibbatong was really cool to see.
It is hilarious to me that the win he got off Jibbatong was on Ghost Lake. It wasn't even on Arena.
Yeah.
And like he had Turks. I think he had Turks against Aztecs or Turks against Incas or something, right? Yep. And like Turks are just the best arena, like generally the best arena civ. And I only caught the end of the game where he resigned, and his face, he was kind of like, oh.
That was, yeah.
I won Ghost Lake, and then I lose on Arena. God damn. Barracks here for Cloud, so he's going men-at-arms, I think.
Fire Scout has checked the pond in the south. If Fire doesn't see this barracks, I don't think he's going to prep any walls, and he could get massacred.
This is the problem with pushing your deer, dude.
Yep.
Like, he's probably going to go to the effort of sending a fishing ship over to the corner to scout to make sure there's no, like, dock contest or anything.
Look at Cloud, though. He's sending the Vil already.
And, like, why is Fire going to the... Why is he going to the dock or the pond on the right side with a scout? What is going on?
That's a very good point. Yep. Very good point. So we disagree with the scouting here from Fire. Now, he is Japanese, so if he gets hit on water, his fishing ships could stay alive, but still you then have to invest into defending it. And Cloud's like, I just love Cloud and how he's played this series so far. It's just so interesting. He's got a villager in the middle, a villager in the north, and then 3 militia. Fire's not going to see any of this.
But Fire is going militia of his own.
Ooh.
So,
interesting.
And they're Japanese militia, so
yeah.
Fire is going to have enough forces to defend it. I think the reason Fire went right, by the way, is because there's a neutral 5-tile stone on this map. And he thought that was the stone from Cloud, probably.
Oh, maybe. I don't think it's supposed to be 5.
No, there's another neutral 5-tile in the right
there is
corner,
another
too.
5. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was checking out before. Okay.
Oh, here comes the militia, soon to be man-at-arms. And Fire has to abandon his wood line.
And
Good move from him to just leave.
He is going forward with his.
That's the right play here.
He's coming back, and yeah, he's leaving with the Vils, and he's not going to lose any Vils, I think. And the tower from Cloud... Well, the tower's going to be cutting that off, but it can't range any villagers.
It would be funny to me if the tower doesn't range the lumber camp and Fire, like, I don't know, 10 minutes from now goes back to that wood line and he's like, huh? Why is there a tower there?
Fire did spot the dock in the north, too. So he went for a second dock, and he's going to be able to push that away.
And he also walled so the man-at-arms can't get through. That's good work from Fire. Cloud did not scout the fact that his opponent's going for man-at-arms. Actually, no, I lied. He did see the flag on the barracks. So he should know something's coming, but it doesn't look like he himself has actually noticed it.
He's going into a range.
Oh, God, Fire's villagers, what's happening? Here.
Fire's villagers are missing in action. I don't know what's going on with them. He's going to lose one at least.
He got really distracted because he was trying to kill the dock bill from Cloud. This is why people love this map, guys. Look at how many things are happening right now. It is so difficult to play, but advantage Cloud sort of kind of right now. And I think the main reason I say that is because he has an archer range already. So he can go into archers, and Fire doesn't have his range up yet. Oh my god, dude. Ridiculous. I think if you're Cloud, that villager that built the tower, go to the right, make a dock there.
Make a dock,
start to fish.
Yep.
And honestly, from there, just kind of focus on stabilizing on land with archers and skirms. All easier said than done. What a crazy game here.
Ooh,
and
Fire
Cloud
getting
with house walling and the men-at-arms are not going to do too much more for Fire right now.
Yeah, he got a little bit ambitious with those. They're still going to attack the house there, so maybe force out some repairs, but the archer's just coming back to deal with those. And the men-at-arms from Cloud are still posing a threat on the gold from Fire, and Fire has his archer range in a very weird position long-term, but I mean, I guess the archers are going to come out.
Fire's not really making use of it, but it is important that he did save his scout. So he still has that. So if he's able to scout anything of value in the future, the fact that he saved that scout by pulling the scout towards his Fire when everything else was happening at the same time, that's a pretty big deal here. But dude, Cloud came to play. Like, Cloud is delivering. He's playing amazing Age of Empires. His scouting's on point. His strategy's on point. I'm not seeing any nerves. I'm not really seeing any mistimings on upgrades or anything.
He does have less eco than Fire.
Yeah.
And he didn't really add that many fishing ships, right? And he's idling his TC a little bit more than Fire as well.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Fire is kind of recovering here, as Cloud still has his scout alive too.
Oh, right side. You could tell what happened there with Cloud's Vill. He set it under the fish, and he didn't have the wood for the dock, and the villagers on the way home, and that might wander all the way home.
And now he's got 400 wood.
Yep.
Which just feels terrible.
Yeah, and the man-at-arms are going to engage for both players in the middle, but Fire's micros look pretty good. But that skirm. There goes the Vill back to the right side for Cloud. Res collected is 500 more for Fire right now.
Fire lost
Crazy
the Fire
stuff.
ship in his pond. He's got another one on the way, but so does Cloud. So Cloud's kind of taking out the fish from Fire. He's also going for that dock on the right, like you said. Oh my goodness, dude. I don't know. There's a lot to focus on early game here.
Yeah, but a big thing is Fire. He must know that Cloud is docked the left side because he had scouted the south and didn't see anything. So as everything else is happening and Fire has to leave the other gold he moved to, if Fire gets a dock down there, he might kill all those fishing ships. Fire him. He's Japanese, so his fishing ships haven't gone down at all. He's going to lose one after I say that, of course, but he's still overall quite fine, I think. And what a game. This is awesome. But let's see if Cloud can defend from this little counterattack Fire has.
Bro, this tower from Cloud is so annoying.
I know.
It's so frustrating.
It wouldn't be so bad if after the villagers were hit, they'd go back to work automatically. But the fact that they don't means that there's going to be a lot of idle time there.
Doc has been spotted on the left pond, but I don't know if he realized it. This guy is just going for that fish. Hard committing to that shore fish in the corner.
This is funny. I think Cloud's more focused on his skirms than anything right now.
Yep.
And like, you have Fire, as Fire gets double bid axe, Cloud doesn't even have it. And Fire, if he could add scouts right now, would be pretty good against the skirms.
I mean,
could work quite well.
I think Fire could just go up here. I don't really sense a threat from any of Cloud's army currently.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe.
it's just skirms right now. He's holding these in the corner. Like, if Fire just goes for a market and gets some food, he could go up, but he's going for that stable.
Look at Fire try and sneak these two archers in the south.
Sneak him where, bro?
Cloud's like, oh, a wall.
Fire's like, any second now, I'll find the path through the woods. Any second now, surely this isn't. Oh, it's a big wood line. And Cloud's trying to find it too.
Cloud's got a big army right now. Fire can't go up. Fire's in trouble on land. He needs something.
Well, he's got a stable, and he's making some
there we go.
now. Yeah.
Look at all the villagers that built that stable, though. 8 villagers. Like, that tells you this economy is not being clean, and he's going to drop a market. But, I mean, the wood line's forward. The gold is forward right now. Cloud also has archers in the mix with his skirm, so one scout's not going to make a difference.
He's got one archer, Tristan.
Wow, there's 4 archers on the field. That's what I saw. I didn't notice. I didn't notice
You're
that
like,
he had more
you're
archers
saying, like,
behind.
he's got a big army coming forward. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. It's like
It's big
multiple
enough, all
weak
right?
skirms with a singular archer.
The point is the scouts from Fire might not be enough, and Cloud is all over Fire's wood line.
He's getting the armor. If he gets a second scout, he can clear this, I think.
Yeah. There's still archers at home from Cloud. Cloud's resources looking like he could go up to Castle Age. He'll see the stable. He'll be happy to know that Fire hasn't clicked up to Castle Age, and he will probably think about clicking up himself then. And there's more fishing ships for Fire at the moment, but the KD's 20-20, pretty close there. I don't think Cloud will struggle too much against the scouts, and Cloud will be in Castle Age faster, I think.
Fire's going to be fishing from 2 docks here, I think. Cloud still has... Well, he's still adding fish on the right, so...
Yeah. Look at Cloud. He's tried to kill both the sneak villagers from Fire. This is amazing. Cloud is playing out of his mind.
Yep.
Cloud is playing incredible.
Really nice stuff. He's going to kill this final sneakville, I think. Yep.
Wow.
He did kill the scouts in the center, too.
Yep, and he's up, but Fire is too. What a game. KD's still super even, but look at Fire's base and look at Cloud's base right now. If anyone gets knights into the other person's eco, villagers will die.
I mean, Cloud's base, at least you can see where he would panic wall.
Yeah, that's
Fire's
true. That's
panic
true.
walls are going to be, like, extreme panic. He's got a mining camp exposed. Now he has to run with those vills. He's got a random tower near the forward wood line that he's taking because he can't take the back wood line because it's towered.
Ugh.
It's ugly. And no, he's sending his vills over here, and Cloud is going in this direction. I don't know why Cloud is going in this direction, but he
had vision from the tower. He saw the villagers move because of the vision from the tower, and he's also on the gold at the same time.
That's
he will lose his units on the gold, but that tower paid off big time there. Dang, that's so good. And honestly, leave the 2 spearmen to chase that vill, and then use the range units for the others. Yep, that's the right play from Cloud. And we know which civ we prefer if we're talking knights long term, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely the Lithuanians. But that would be with relics and with the game going late. It may not go late. We'll see.
I think with these skirms here and the archers and stuff, it's, I don't know. There's skirms now from Fire. I was going to say you could maybe think about, like, adding double monastery here as Japanese.
Yeah.
And pressuring,
I mean, both players need one at the very least, I think.
Yeah.
You need to have monks. And res collected, Fire's 200 ahead.
That's nothing. Wow.
Yeah. It's such a good game. Fire is going to be able to make a castle. So if he takes a really good fight, he could drop a castle forward. But I don't know if a defensive castle necessarily feels great. I feel like if you mine all that stone, you want it offensive.
Latest are kind of crazy. So anywhere you get the castle, it's protects
no,
part
I mean
of your
Fire.
eco. And,
Fire's
Fire.
got
Sorry.
Yeah.
I misheard.
It's all good. You make fun of me because I misjudge a couple archers.
I mean, dude, samurai are kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie.
Cloud's little ranged army is going to get pushed back. The one individual knight from Cloud isn't able to get the job done. So he has to fall back. Cloud does have a monk coming out at home. Fire's got a monk coming out at home. What a game, dude. What a game. This game is amazing. Neither player has bloodlines, which is a pretty big upgrade to get here.
But Cloud's actually keeping his knights producing. Fire is not. Like, Fire has 5 knights right now. Maybe just doesn't want to go into it long term. And that's why Bloodlines is coming in for him. Forging's coming in for Cloud. He can get some relics, too. If he manages to save this monk, it looks like Fire's looking for that guy.
Cloud, last I ran into him, I haven't really looked at the ladders, like 2K2. Fire's 2K5 if the rankings on the ladder means anything to you guys. But Cloud clearly came to play. And,
I will say for Fire's rank, he plays at a time where like no one else is playing.
Yeah, it's true.
I think his win rate percentage is the highest of all the players at the top of the ladder. I think it's like
he does
76 or 77%. It's consistently been like that.
Yeah. But I mean, even to take it one step further
He's
too
still
in terms
really
of
good,
Fire.
though.
Like, former top 10 player, right? Like since 2013. So I love what Fire just did there with that scout. He's going to kill that monk from Cloud. That's so good. And also engagements in the middle. Cloud trying to kill the monk from fire with his leftover Feudal Age army. He won't get it, but he's
gonna
got
get the
10
relic,
knights.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, and he should get the relic. And he's dropping the second TC right now.
Fire's found his fish. He's taking him out.
Ooh, good find from Fire.
Yep.
Fire's
And
also fish trapping preemptively in the north, too. I would forget in these moments. That's really good.
these are okay. Oh my god, the fish traps the other day, bro. The fish traps the other day had me going.
I'm sorry, I forgot we're talking about the placement of the fish traps here.
Yeah. Dude, we had some legitimately terrible, like the Jibbatong fish trap. Oh my god. I would have just deleted them.
Dude, Fire's waiting on this hill. If Cloud goes to the left and goes to Fire's base, he wins the game. If he runs up that hill and loses a bunch of these knights to conversions, he could lose the game. Fire's base is still so freaking exposed right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy.
A night raid would just
so fixated on the relics.
Just like 2 knights in the back on that gold would cause so much havoc. That would be unbelievable. And the knights are coming forward, and that monk, like we said, the woodline kind of screws him over, but the monks are super exposed from fire, and the knights don't see them.
There. Yeah, but now you convert. Now you have to convert, and now you have to kill those monks if you're Cloud. Oh,
he
big
needs
moment.
luck. He needs luck. He needs luck. He needs luck. He gets all 4, dude. He gets 4 conversions.
He got it. He's winning the fight. Cloud should not fight here. The Clouds made all the difference. The monks made all the difference for Cloud and for Fire. There's Fire, there's Clouds, there's Knights,
there's a monk here from Cloud, which he misclicked. The Knights are still doing okay from Cloud because he's got the extra attack, I suppose.
Oh my god. What a swing.
Damn,
and now there's 12 Knights for Fire. There's 3 Knights for Clouds. He was so fixated on the relic. If he would have just moved out, Fire would have had nothing at home, and Fire might take this game now.
Dude, he got 4 conversions in like minimum time there. Right as those really knights came in. That was crazy.
And the knights that he converted have all that additional attack that he didn't really have to work for, right?
Yeah.
And, this is going to be a fight Fire will take for now just to allow himself to control the game in other ways. Fire has had tons of fishing ships working. And he just took Cloud off of gold, so he's happy with that. Fire saves a very weak knight. And in the process, converts a full HP one. Cloud still in this, but I think here, Dave, is where you need like a slight counterattack. Like fall back.
Yep.
Yeah, stabilize, but a slight counterattack just to distract Fire could be really nice.
Just 2 or 3 knights into the back.
Yeah. But it's so hard. Like you feel like you're gonna lose the game if you don't defend yourself here. So it's really hard to do that. Yeah, it's almost impossible to do that. And Fire has found the answer to these knights, and that's just monks. But Cloud's gonna kill them before they get conversions this time. Well played. Just taking some bad fights here, though, against the amount of knights that Fire has. Fire has so many.
He's trying to escape, too, but the pathing is just so bad, right? Now he's trying to heal up his knights. Food Eco has been idled for a very long time. This is the part where you send, like, 2 or 3 knights into the back.
Agreed. Yep, and forget about that relic. Fire could, I think both players could really use some outposts. Cloud also building up towards a castle here. The score is indicating that maybe Cloud is further behind than he really is right now.
Did he lose? I think Cloud lost a monk going for the relic in the west near the pond.
Yeah, I see the I don't know what that is, but that's probably part of his robe.
Cloud is still not going forward. He's sending 1 knight only. Could still cause a lot of problems on that gold if he goes back there.
Yeah, let's go right to the main golds. And that might give him the idea to do more of this in the future.
Yep.
If Fire has to move 20 villagers because 1 knight goes into his eco. And as he looks to attack, Cloud is all healed up and ready to go. And Cloud can take that fight. Did delete the knight after killing a villager in Fire's base.
Oh, 3 of those knights are on stand ground, not taking the fight. Oh, God. Now he has to retreat.
Okay, big moment, though. If Fire gets caught out here on the right side as he tries to attack, Cloud could be okay. But Fire has to leave.
If Cloud ever wins a big fight, I'm looking at his stone count right now. If he wins a convincing fight and has army to come forward, this could get really ugly really quickly.
He has more knights than Fire now. So the monks getting conversions are, again, really important. And as Fire's thinking about pikemen, which makes sense as Japanese.
Yep, that's it. That's the castle that I was envisioning right there. That's it.
Is Cloud just gonna let those knights from Fire raid his eco on the left side, and he's gonna go forward here? Oh my god.
He's sending the barn. He's sending the
Pikeman's gonna
entire
be in
barn.
30 seconds. If he fights this right now, he could snowball it.
He's got 2
But
relics
Fire's
now.
ready. Fire's ready. He's gonna get conversions. I think Fire's okay. You got some healing from
He didn't get the
monks.
conversions in time this time. He only got one, I think.
Spears. You have more knights in the group. There's monks on the way from Cloud. Cloud needs every conversion he can here. Fire's going to have closer reinforcements as well.
This isn't
Fire's
happening.
got knights on the left still. I don't think this will happen for Cloud.
No.
Wow.
GG.
What a great game.
Oh, man.
Look at the amount of knights created, though, right?
Yeah.
Fire getting the conversions when he did was just so huge here.
Bro,
And
I have to go
it was-
back and look at that. I think that was just 4 conversions instantaneously.
well, I think they were probably one after another. What time was that? I'll go back.
It was like 30
28 something. No, I'm wrong.
31-25.
Okay. Honestly, if you scout that your opponent has that many monks to go like have in that position, I think you win the game.
No, dude, I think
But he
they were
just simply didn't know.
He targeted them separately, but they all converted at like the same moment.
Yeah, I'm going to look now here. Because at that point, it's 16 knights versus 10. Fire was getting +2 armor, though. Okay, so he starts with 1, 2, 3, 4.
Got all 4.
Yeah, that was crazy. I wonder what happens if Cloud leaves the fight there, too. I think staying in the fight was just a result of him thinking that he had, the better knights. But I think staying in that fight didn't help Cloud there at all.
Yeah.
What a ridiculous game, though. Fire needed that. Series is tied up 1-1. This series has been amazing. Both players are playing really good. Total conversions in the game. I don't even know where to look for that.
It's in military.
Military, right? Yeah, 8-6 for Fire, which
8,
doesn't make it seem like it was much, but he took better value engagements in Castle Age. Got the job done with Japanese.
And there you go. First Civ pick gone from Cloud.
Yep. All right, so we still have Bengalis out there for Fire. He's probably saving that for a closed map. Like fortified clearing, I would guess. And we'll move into the next game. I'm honestly, I'm trying to keep things moving here, so I'm not even going to cross off civs and all that random stuff.
I did it because I'm a professional.
You are a professional, it's true.
When people look at me, they say, man, that Dave guy really knows how to bring the professionalism. That's what they say.
Yeah, for sure. All right, see if Cap Trades lets me go to 0 seconds. I'm at 1 second. Can you do that, Mr. Professional?
I'm at 3. Oh, no, wait. Hey, oh, I'm at 1.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are, game 3. And we have the Britons for Clouds, and we've got the Gurjaras for Fire. Ooh, interesting.
Gurjaras against Britons on this map? Okay.
Yeah,
All
seriously.
right. Weird, kind of?
So, Fire, I think, is going for a comfort pick because he went Gurjaras against Portuguese when he played against Blackheart in the previous round. I think it was just one of those things where clearly there was a level difference between the two of them, and Fire made it messy and raided the sides. But I'm going to be honest, dude. I do not see how Gurjaras win this matchup. They should not win this matchup. How Arbalest? I think Gurjaras have no answer to that, right?
Gurjaras have a better monk tech tree. If you're going to grab the
there's
relics. And they have
And-
Shirvamshas to get in the back as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, if things develop where they're both booming and then you're talking late game, Britons should win, right? But the difference between this and Arena is that it's open on 3 different fronts. There's the middle front, the top, and the bottom. And usually when the map is more open, it provides more opportunities for a civ like Gurjaras over a civ like Britons because you want all your army in one spot as Britons generally.
Yep. And that's what Fire is going to have to try and do. That's also basically what he did when he was Gurjaras against Portuguese, because even there he was up against Halb and Arbalest.
You could do elephant archers too. They're okay.
Yeah, especially when you get a nice little snowball with skirmishers or something. You can just mix in some elephant archers to hold the position.
I think
So
so what we saw yesterday from Casva, which was a super entertaining game against Ozone. Unfortunately, Ozone was. We talked about it. It feels like he was a bit nervous there.
I think his brain melted at one point and everything fell apart. Yep,
Yeah, he
yep,
went
yep.
into overheat mode. But Casva tried to do the forward on this map with the Aztecs. And he got the tower down and he went men-at-arms and everything. And Ozone just did the thing that you do when you get forwarded at the back, even though you're open back there. You just go to the middle, right?
Yep.
And all their army has to go all the way around to reach you. Casva still pressured him on the middle, but he had enough time to get to Castle Age. And if he had made some maybe different decisions, he would have been fine. If someone tries to go for that approach here, I think these guys are good enough that they'll be able to recover on the middle, and it won't be that much damage done by either Gajars or Britons at the back.
What about minimal investment? Especially because they're actually rather close if they take the north. They don't know that, though, so they have to assume they're far away. But if you go minimal investment, just go for 20 pop scouts. You could still use those scouts for relic control later. I wonder if that's achievable here. Because, again, just fast castling against the Britons when the Britons can place their cheap TCs and you know they're just going to get a lead on you.
So, like, what's the difference between that and clicking Castle Age and then adding the scouts?
Well, the difference is the timing, and you can deny walls and potentially disrupt their builds. And the other main difference is when you make it to castle off the scout build, you could go 4 TCs and have the food to produce fills. Whereas if you go for the normal builds, it might be a bit tougher to get eco upgrades and whatnot.
I'm just wondering if like denying walls is good enough for that, because like the golds on this map are so close to the TC. You're never killing villagers or denying the gold with scouts on this. It's just simply not going to happen, right? Usually the berries are really close to the TC too, and it's easier to wall to that TC. So like a lot of the times it feels like you'll just be running around in this area behind with your scouts. I guess you get a ton of exploration, you know where all the relics are, and they can help you later, but you're very slow.
Yeah, I think what's also influencing my excitement around my idea is the fact that it is such a short path for them in the north. But they don't know that, right? So Fire is going to assume that Cloud is positioned around where that relic and gold is outside of Cloud's walls. But, well, Cloud's going up. Hold the phone.
Cloud's going to pressure. Up. Yeah, he might pressure at the back. Or
my God, is he going to go Archer Tower build through the middle? Because it is 900 HP, or I guess 1080 HP stone walls. I think he goes Tower Archer play.
Old school. He does. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Winchester style.
Dang. All right, well, I mean, hey, we saw it. Game number 1, unique build order. We haven't seen many players attempt it. It worked for Cloud. Game number 2, Cloud has to play standard. He has to do the expected things. It got messy. He could have won, but he lost. So here he goes again. I don't like this because I do not think this plays towards your Civ's strengths. I think just going fast castle's superior. But hey, maybe he's practiced this. I mean, he's surely practiced this. Fire's going to be so confused.
No loom, by the way, for Fire. He went up no loom. So
no loom for Cloud either, for what it's worth.
But he's probably going to get it soon. He does have a villager queued here. But if the tower comes down with the archers and Fire's trying to just wall behind it, he might run into some problems here. I think he's going to get to Feudal Age in time to get loom. But then having to get loom is going to stall out his Castle Age.
He knows something's up. He sees the Feudal Age time and he knows something's up, so he's making the barracks. Yeah, this is good adaptation from Fire without even seeing it.
I wonder if he gets greedy, though. I wonder if he tries to go up because he sees he's going to have 200 gold exactly. If he tries to go up without loom.
I think you just house wall it out and go up anyways.
Without loom, though. That's the thing.
Well, oh, no. You want to get loom.
Yeah, but then you're waiting longer because you only have 200 gold.
Yeah, it's true.
He put an extra villa on gold here.
He might be okay.
Yeah.
What he's really going to try and be greedy with is this market location. You know he wants it to the right of the barracks, between the barracks and the house. There's going to be archers inside of this tower.
Okay, it's loomable now. He's got 250. It's definitely loomable. He's going for a stable. You need loom, dude.
What if he forgets loom?
Wait, he's going to forget it. Oh, no. You need loom, my brother.
He's gonna make a maze so Cloud has to slalom.
Don't
into
make
his
another
base.
villager. Make loom. Do loom, please.
Also, something that we should mention is Fire actually ate all the sheep, which seems to be new meta. And okay, he's got loom and Q.
Okay. Whew.
What if Cloud takes out the stable? Make a tower and then attack the stable with your vills. Is that too long?
It's forever, though.
Huh. Okay, so Fire did a full circle with his scout, for what it's worth. Doesn't have any vision in the middle. Behind this, Cloud doesn't have a single farm. It's going to take him some time to reach Castle Age, but he's hoping that he can hold the middle. Everyone's always felt like the middle is more important on this map. He doesn't know if the gold's there for Fire, but he will if he outposts, and he absolutely should the second he's through here.
And if Fire goes for...
Gold. Just switch the tower location, Cloud. You should be towering the gold.
I think the berries are fine, dude.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think, like... Yeah, I think it's fine. If Fire goes for that tower, which he has now, which can be ranged by the archers if Cloud just keeps him on stand ground right there.
Yeah.
Stand ground, please. Stand ground. Just stand.
Dude, he's stressing me out
stand,
here.
Just stand your ground.
He's stressing me out. So I guess you make another tower now that ranges the gold, and yeah, you just put your archers inside the tower.
Please
that
don't
you just
lose
built.
that archer. Thank you. And he can't range the second one, so you're laughing. You got archers inside of that instead of vills, so Fire's idling more of his eco. And like I was going to say, if Fire goes for that tower, which he did, he won't have enough stone
TC.
for another TC. So he's going to have to... He's building a market now, and he's going to have to go for, like, a siege workshop to push this back, which is just ugly.
I like the game sense from Fire to realize I need the market.
Yeah.
Let's not balance this. Like, that is going to take too much time.
Honestly, think he should have gone for the market instead of the stable there. I don't think what this... I don't know what the stable's really giving
Agreed.
you.
Yeah. If he could make Shravamshas in Feudal, like he can with
God.
camels, then maybe that'd be something. But...
He's selling everything to get a couple Shravamshas and a siege workshop.
Well, I mean, he's going to shoot. There's only going to be 2 towers. Cloud's being stubborn. He saves the vills. Oh, my God. He's bringing the other vills over to repair. Oh, God. Stressful times for Cloud.
Archers are out now. Vills are repairing. Archers need to go back in the tower. The Vills need to go back in the tower. He's done such a good job so far, dude. This is old school experience here. This is back from the Tower Rush days. Some players are so good at this, it's disgusting.
Yeah, and dude, he knows there's something in that stable too, and he still had to do all of this, and he's gonna shoot the tower down. How does he do this? Okay, real quick. It's probably too late, but actually, from what we know, the best play for Fire would have been Shravamsha's 2 Clouds economy around the outside, not going through the middle.
Yep, but they're in the middle, and he's not really gonna find anything. He's gonna find a gate.
Yeah.
Cloud,
and
I
notice
mean,
Cloud is like, I'm walling up, baby. We're walling with 6 vills. That is where I'm vulnerable. I love Cloud so much.
So good. But also, we're looking at Cloud's eco, and we're thinking, this is not going up to Castle.
No, it's not.
I mean, maybe you can sell all this stone and buy some food. It'll make it look a little bit better, but...
But, I mean, I think he's turned it into a game Fire wasn't expecting, and Fire's definitely made some mistakes here. That going for a Scorpion, that's never going to help you against the towers. That just stops Cloud from taking out your stable.
What is that extra tower back there? I don't get that from Cloud.
He doesn't want to give up
He really wants
that
to cut
gold.
off that gold, but there's gold on the outside that Fire can take, and you're not out there. It's exactly
How
what
many
he's
players
doing
do you
right now.
see group their spearmen and their starting scout together like Cloud is right now? Nobody does that.
No.
Cloud. It's good, though. It's good. We assume he's paying attention, and he is. And there's the Mangonel, but 2 towers garrisoned fully with archers could be
I guess
problematic
that's the
for that
plan.
Mango.
Yeah, I guess that's the plan.
But,
with the
but they're
second
not
tower.
fully garrisoned because the tower on the right, there we go. That's the one that has the
Oh,
archers.
this Mangonel might go down really quick. Fire, you got to get this thing out of here. Oh, no. Fire, escape. Oh, my God. Run. It's important.
Oh, my God.
Give me anxiety, man.
In
He's
the
hunting down the
meantime,
Shravamshas, too. He got
the
one.
Shravamsh just went down, yeah.
Oh, 2.
Okay.
Double Mangonel. Oh, Fire's going
Right.
to lose at least one of these. I know it.
Well, as long as he has the wood and gold to repair, he should be okay. These towers, This strategy got nuked once towers lost HP in Feudal. And yeah, 850 HP is not enough. 2 mangonels enough to take it out.
Mangonel. Still, it's a big investment from Fire. Cloud is now on the way to Castle Age. And Fire has no wood, barely any gold, barely any food.
Okay, this is
that mangonel might go
down.
That mangonel might go down. No, it's staying alive.
This is going to get fun because Fire's going to have to try and re-wall his base before even scouts come out right now.
Yeah.
Because scouts could push the mangonels away. And Cloud still has cheap TCs when he makes it to the next stage. So he could boom up at home. Or he could continue to apply pressure all the time. That's why it's very difficult to play from Fire's current position. But I think we have to say he has played really well.
Yeah, Cloud could also grab the relics in the center here for free, essentially. Like, it's really, really nice. Scorpion's going to go down, maybe. No, the camel chases away the scout, but the camel might go down here. No, the camel stays alive and the scout dies. Oh, Fire re-walls. That's sick. Nice defense.
Villagers from Cloud. Are they going to stay there? Because Fire could leave his base. I would have run.
Right? Until you get a monastery to heal up your camel or another camel.
Cloud's like, I dare you. Leave your base. I freaking dare you, dude. Do we see longbows here from Cloud? Does he go for a forward castle? There's so much gold there.
I think he should scout the other side. He scouted the one side of Fire's base. He saw the gold that Fire wasn't on it. He should scout the other one.
Also, Shrevemsha going around in the north for Fire. And there is a hole for Cloud in his walls that he made to bring a scout through. Monastery is the choice for Cloud in the middle.
He could go for cheap
which affects the archers.
Or a castle. 500.
Cheap TCs it is.
Okay, goes for the TCs. Smart, probably.
This game's so punishing, man. You do everything so great, and then you leave one tiny little hole in your wall, and that Shrevemsha is going to ruin your day.
It's got a scout.
That's going to hurt.
Nope.
Actually, Fire isn't paying attention to it.
The hole was for the scout. Don't worry about it. He's scouting on the other side too. Now, do you think that Cloud that camel is one hit away? Yeah, he notices it.
He gets it.
He got it, dude, but the Shrevemsha is in on the wood line, and it's gonna die.
It doesn't even get a kill.
Yep.
Wow.
So do you think that Cloud should TC in the center, like on the wood line in the center?
No. Wait. You mean like
on the wood line in the
golds and stones?
Yeah, like on the wood line. Like instead of exposing himself to the raids on the outside. If you get a castle up in the middle, it could be good. But I mean, there is a mangonel pushing you, and you have archers right now, so you're probably gonna need to run from this. A monk or a knight could be really good here for Cloud.
I think he needs crossbow right now.
Yeah,
it would scare Fire a lot more, and yeah, there's crossbow. To answer your question, I think that can be good. Yeah, he's clearly wants to push in the middle with the castle, though. So, wow, he's actually going to drop the castle to hold that position. I guess that's also, like, at least you know you can get this castle up, whereas if you were to wait and hope that you can get the forward one, that might end up being denied.
Oh, Fire's taking some big risks with his siege out there. Just 2 Shrevemshas, not even camels to support it. Like, what happens if a knight comes along? One night.
It's just wild because Cloud hasn't made a knight.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I think he saw the camels and he's nervous about it, but Fire's camels are nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Fire's camels are on the left. Cloud did attack there with the scout and get a kill.
Knights are coming, dude. And it's only 1 camel. There's a monk here, too.
Cloud just stresses me out with his unit movements.
He does.
Just back away for a second. I think Cloud is like... He's obviously the perfect player for this game because his strategy's so good, but he definitely lacks APM. He's very much like Doubt, and I think he's the same age as Doubt. Like, I think they're both like mid to late 30s and have been around a really long time. Doubt's obviously achieved a whole lot more, but because he's not the speediest, sometimes you can tell he's just not looking at his army as much, but he always seems to find it at the right moment. Yeah,
you were saying that, and you were looking at it, run into the mangonels. Doing the same thing.
Oh God, they're
the
always
knights. Finds it at the right moments. Boom! He's gonna get the mangonel.
Timing from Fire is fantastic.
It's such a random spot to be with your mangonels, right? Like you're always gonna lose those if he just makes a couple knights. That's what happened.
Yeah, all the siege will go down. The monk can't move out from fire. Cloud can now shift to longbows, which is really exciting for everyone, except for fire. And now, how are you supposed to stop the Britons with the Gurjaras if they've got longbows and castle drops up the middle of this base? You have to raid the outside somehow, I think.
Cloud's got a TC in the center. Cloud gets another castle here in the center. He could just focus all of his eco here.
Yeah. 3 TCs.
The camels are working away near the wood line.
Yeah.
They could kill quite a few villagers if they get in there.
He's adding petards, Dave. He's focused on the petards so he can break through.
Oof.
I think it could be a little awkward to micro this group right now if you have that skirm in your control group. I think it's separate, actually, now that I say that.
Oh, Mangonel versus longbows always loses, right?
Always.
The
Camels
wood
are in.
line.
Oh, God.
That's so annoying.
God.
There's no military back here. There's no
Oh,
military.
no, Cloud.
Oh,
I can't even judge because this happened to me in my set against Nilly. Come on. Get it.
Oh, no.
Cloud. I mean, he's got a micro so much on the front right now. He might not notice this.
Yep.
I don't even know if Fire knows, to be honest with you.
Also, Shravamsha's trying to come into that eco, too. He does notice it finally. He's going to pull everything back. He sees the overchop. He was microing against a Mangonel at the same time through a one-tile gap in the wall. So we can forgive him for being a little bit distracted. And the Mangonel's coming back.
The Shravamsha's actually notified. Petard versus Mangonel. Go, 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 go. No, don't lose it to a conversion.
Go. Boom.
Let's go, baby. What is this, dude? I'm so... I'm like the biggest Cloud fan there is right now.
I know.
I've always loved the dude, but he's playing so fun.
He's just so old school with everything he does.
Yes.
It's great. He had that petard in his control group, by the way, when he was pushing in.
Oh, my goodness.
And now he's healing up his crossbows and longbows from behind. I like it. It's like... You're right, though. He doesn't notice the units until the second he needs to notice the units. And then he pulls them away.
Yeah.
And he's on the way to Imp.
Yeah, he's just not that quick, but it's a lot of pressure, and he gets the positions in the game.
Yeah.
Which is what he did in the first game. And Fire has tried to raid a couple times. He's tried to expand his eco, but Fire's not even close to him.
Bracer
but a
is going
big
to be a
shot
killer
could change
here.
the game.
Fire could go... for Shravamsha's here, he's got enough stone for a castle, but Trebs and Bracer, like, Cloud, you're just making me so nervous.
Dude, I don't trust him against 3, okay? I just don't.
Why not? He's been fine up to this point. He's lost like 2 units against Mangonels, dude. Believe in him. Let him cook.
He leaves it to the last second. It's stressing me out.
He's finally dealing with the camels, but he still hasn't plugged the gap.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going out there. He's gonna do it.
All right. Well, he's got 4 relics. None of the relics on the outside have been collected by anyone. And Fire is getting +2 armor on this Shravamsha, so he wants to fight before these units are upgraded.
Yeah, for Mangonels, when you see Imp coming in, though, it's going to feel really demoralizing because Bracer on these longbows will just make those Mangonels free, right?
Yeah. But Cloud might have the confidence. Oh,
Jesus.
Jeez.
Oh, my God. It's coming.
Okay, Dave, this villager, this freaking lumberjack is chopping a tree outside the walls. If the timing's bad here, he could be trying to drop off the wood, and he could open that gate for Fire.
That's deletable, that villager. If he's about to open the gate...
More villagers are leaving.
It's deletable.
Oh God, Cloud, you're stressing me out. Okay, he
Cloud
sees
sees
it.
all of this. Just
He
on
gets extra
time.
range.
Just on
He's
time.
getting Bracer. He's getting ballistics.
Yep, he sees the
and
villagers.
Fire just GG's.
Sick.
Wow, what a game. What a strategy. A strategy that I don't think he had to do, but we understand now why he did it. Fire was not able to boom. Fire was not able to really gain a foothold in this game at all. And Fire just tapped out because he knew his castle doesn't go up. If it does go up, it gets Treb down.
Mm-hmm.
And even if the castle goes up, all that army he has, it all dies now to the longbows.
Really, really nice. It's funny. I understand what you mean. I was thinking kind of the same thing, but when you said it, I really started noticing it. every single time his micro is just like AI micro until he needs to move. And then it's like right there, moving away from the mangonel shots. He just lets his units do their thing, I suppose.
And he puts a lot, like, it's similar with Doubt. They put a higher percentage of their time on the economy.
Yep.
And, it can lead to some bad moments here or there, but the economy is why he made it to Imp and why he won the game. His tower micro, though, to keep the towers up for a little bit longer was essential to him holding the middle. Even keeping his archers alive was helpful, right? So he could play into crossbowmen, the monk edition. Everything was just so well timed from Cloud. I'm so excited. And again, I feel like this could go to 5 games because we know Fire's got Arabia next. And Fire's super comfortable there. So my expectation is that Fire's going to be able to respond. But let's see. If that happens, the final game would then be Nomad, Dave, which is pretty dope.
Yep.
Let's see. Game 4, Arabia. I'm going to load in. Give you a time we can sync up on. And I've seen the Civ matchup. Not the type of Civ that I would have expected from someone like Fire.
I forgot his name was Gordo.
Gordo. You're searching for Fire and it's Gordo.
It's Gordo, dude.
Yeah.
2-1 for Cloud. Oh, man. We already had an upset earlier today. Say my name.
Yep. And it's the prep. You could tell Cloud played so many games and talk through the strats and watch through the games. I don't know if you ever watched Cloud stream. I obviously don't understand a word of what he says.
I've watched him before, yeah.
Okay. So I watch his stream a lot because it's on a lot when I wake up. And for Titans League stuff, it's just always been a bunch of characters I don't know, I don't understand, and then T90. So as I'm scrolling through the streams, I'm like, oh, T90's in the title. What's this? And so I got in the habit of watching him, and he just like a couple weeks ago was just watching through old Platinum League sets with the map pool. I think trying to digest the maps and think about strats. I'm ready whenever you are then, by the way.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay. Are you at 1 second?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we are. And this is game number 4. We'll see if Clouds can get the job done here with Franks and move on to gold, which would be a big achievement for him.
This is his Arabia
see if Fire can even it up.
Byzantines? Okay.
Byzantines for Fire. But do you think it was Byzantines because Franks was too expected on Cloud's draft? Because I forget now, but I seem to recall knowing it was going to be Franks on Arabia for Cloud.
He had Incas and Bengalis, so it could have easily been Incas.
Yeah, that's true.
Could have very
but
actually.
I would have. Byzantines are also good against Incas too, though.
Yeah, true. So it's just either option, I guess, works out for Fire. And I'm looking at Fire's base right now, and it's actually a pretty good one. He's got that main wood line kind of blocking things off. He's got the back wood option, which is great. Back gold, and then back secondary stone, and back berries, too. So, and close deer as well. So really nice layout here for Fire. Cloud, not as fortunate, for sure. Front gold, front berries, front secondary gold. Kind of
I think the wood lines are easier if it goes into archers for Cloud. Like he's less vulnerable, but this is definitely going to be a scout opening, or at least it normally is from Franks. And for Byzantines, they've got cheap spears to deal with that. If it's knights, then in castle from the Franks, they've got cheap camels. They have tons of vision. Like Byzantines could pretty much counter any civ, but they're up against a one-sided civ here in Franks. So I like Fire's potential to tie up the series.
Dude, I just hope this game is as sick as the other games have been. All 3 games so far have been really, really crazy. Really good. Scrappy stuff, too.
Probably won't be quite as long as the first game, because I think if it goes that long, Byzantines would have won by the hour mark.
Maybe.
But yeah, absolutely. But I'll tell you what, like, let's just say it does get to Castle Age, it's even, and then Cloud has some map control. This area where Fire's scout is right now, you just know Cloud's going to castle that. And that would be such a crazy position to have. I mean, actually, both the stones for Fire are forward and on top of the hill there. So, maybe some momentum with knights and some castle drops could work.
Could be the play.
Alternatively, the golds for Cloud. also underneath hills, stone underneath hills. There's
Yeah,
just like
and Fire's
a
golds
very
are in the back.
expansive. Yeah, you've got like a very large hill, which spans through the middle, which I really like because I like it when players are fighting for map position. So
Also, you could like if we're really theorizers, if we're theorizing here,
okay, being theoretical.
being theoreticists.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's true. How dare you one up me on that?
That's what we are. If this goes late game, like you said, Byzantines probably win, but even doubly so if Fire gets the castle set up across that hill. Could be sick, right?
Yeah.
Like with the wood lines and everything. It's a really, really nice setup.
I think the way you open here, and this is how majority of players used to open with any civ that doesn't have an eco bonus, is you skip all militia strategies. So no food bonus, no wood savings bonus. Cool. You're not going for militia in this game. You're going archers, spearmen, skirmishers, whatever. So I think Fire will just go like 20 pop up and make a barracks and then adapt based on what he sees. And Cloud doesn't want to go scouts because he doesn't want to let Fire just assume that he's going scouts and go spearmen and get away with it. So Cloud's actually skipped the berries. And he's adding a barracks right now. So this could be the frush, the French drush, the new little 2 militia drush people are doing.
New?
Yeah, it's like new-ish
Pretty old
relative
by now,
to the
yeah.
game. Yeah.
Although I have noticed that the 2 militia drush has kind of, well, it definitely fell out of favor the later stages. It went in King of the Desert. I think just because the players got better, and the better you are, it's easier to deal with just 2 militia, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
It also doesn't really give you much versatility. Like if you open scouts, you're set up to transition into a lot of different things, right? And it doesn't take much time. If you open with the 2 militia, you're basically forced into going for a range or just adding more militia and going men-at-arms. And you don't have much mobility or anything like that.
Fire sees this, which is just huge. He just walked right into the barracks. And he might walk right into his sheep as well that were pretty far away from him. Yup. Okay, everything's going right for Fire. But yeah, my take on the 2 militia thing, because I'm on the other side of it so frequently, is it's a skill separator. Like, it's an instant skill separator. So if it's an archer matchup, the higher ranked player can usually just have their way economically if they apply a bit of pressure. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to be up against all these like French 2K2s doing this crap all the time. So Sato, shout out to you for making people's life hell.
Sato and his little minions.
Yes. It's so frustrating, but
oh,
anyways.
Dude, Cloud got to Feudal Age a little bit faster, and he had less HP, and he absolutely nuked the scout from Fire.
Fire knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And so it's weird to me that he saw Feudal Age. Don't lose your scout, Cloud. Thank you. But it's weird to me that he took the engagement. Good for Cloud, obviously, to scout the rest of the map, make some decisions based on that. And Fire's just going to assume archers is the follow-up.
Oh, he had such an opportunity to masterpiece him there.
Oh, was he between the house and the berries?
Yep.
Okay, I missed that. Did you see Eli's trap in Kilimanjaro between the berries?
No,
Did you catch that?
No.
Oh, dude, the berries are up against the edge of the map, and there's a 1 tile space between the berries and the edge. And in Dark Age, the scout goes through, and he goes like, Palisade Gate. Boom, trapped it. It was really sick.
I like that sound you made. Oh. You've been playing against those French people too often, dude.
Well, in terms of reds collected, should be pretty close. Franks have the edge with the berry bonus, but berries were just now taken, so it's pretty much even. And even's not really what you want here as the Franks. You would much prefer to be ahead in some way, but Fire has built up, so he can't fall behind. Just playing extremely safe.
Castle Age, what are you thinking of with Franks? Because if you go into Knights, he's just going to spam camels, right?
Yeah.
As there's still 2 sheep there that Cloud hasn't found. Kind of wants to find those, maybe. Are you going into crossbows initially because your opponent's already on skirms? That doesn't feel good. Are you just going into Knight and Monk? Or what's the play?
I think it's less about your units and more about the timing of engagements. So if you... Like, Knights can still work really well if you engage against the spears before they're upgraded. Total just passing moment from both
I
players.
was just about to say, but Fire actually notices it.
So yeah, honestly, it's just a lot of it's going to depend on how the engagements go. I think with the hill that Cloud sees, he might be tempted to try and take that and go for like Monk Siege, like one stable Knights maybe, and then Monk Siege. But he needs to get his walls down right now, and I think he will, which is good for him because Fire moving out then isn't really a problem. But lots of skirms in creation for Cloud. So I mean, if you keep skirms alive, skirms can be helpful against pikemen, and skirms can be helpful against monks, and skirms do more against camels than they do against knights. So maybe skirm knight. But I think both players have pretty much played as good as one could expect here. For Fire, obviously a little sloppy to lose the scout, but I think Cloud, he's not really able to act on the scouting, and he's got to make a decision on what he does with his berries right now, actually.
Yeah.
That's really annoying.
It is. You definitely want that food income. At least with Franks, you don't have to invest into horse scholars, so you can just drop down the farms wherever.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And he's walled to a point where he can access the back gold. And I love the fact he's going to that gold. I see so many people, even with a back gold, like secondary there, they'll still go to their main one. Just because it's habit, right? It's like muscle memory. Always go to your main gold. But that's really safe back there. He's kind of building up towards Castle Age. He should hit Castle Age, I think, before Fire, if things keep up this way. So he might get to those timings. But once again, it's just the Byzantines have all the units, the cheap ones, to counter the stuff that Franks can make.
Having said that, Fire hasn't killed a unit yet. He's only lost units. So, you know, that combined with the fact that he has exposed units on the front right now.
Wait, did Cloud
it's pretty
lose
good
it?
for Cloud.
Cloud lost something to a wolf, I think.
Yeah, I noticed that as well when I was looking at the stats, but I don't
It wasn't
know.
a villager, so it's probably just like a skirm or a spear or something.
Yeah. Which is sad, but he surprised Fire here. And look how many spearmen he's killed. So suddenly Knights is more realistic. The camels will still be an issue, and that's probably what Fire will want to go for. But Fire's adding scouts right now against a fully walled opponent. Whoa. I don't hate it if he just makes one, but I really don't think it's necessary, honestly.
I mean, if he just makes one, he can scout the map, see where the relics are, and then that scout might be useful if your opponent's going into monks later.
Yeah,
Cloud's going to find those sheep. One sheep. JK.
It's like, what? Did I leave that here? What happened? Upgrades for Fire as well. He is fletching. Cloud will definitely click up faster here. And it's going to be all about early castle. I want to see Cloud scouting. You could tell he's not auto-scouted this scout, dude. Look.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about a classic player. He's like,
well,
forget auto-scout.
2 HP, you don't really want to auto-scout it, do you?
I think if there's
HP,
nothing
you're
in the right
fine.
of the map, since auto-scout starts on the right of the map, just auto-scout it. But
Castle Age on the way.
He's controlled this scout nicely. He clicks up. He hasn't had to use the market. He's adding a stable. And market for Fire right now. Also, the fact that Fire hasn't tried to full wall his base is pretty wild to me. I feel like you have to wall up. You just have to if your opponent's walled.
Yeah.
Ooh, big moment though. The scouts. Oh, that's going to be huge value. Really nice stuff. I don't think Cloud will be too upset that his opponent's going to have skirms left over, but he would have wanted his own skirms to help.
Dude, that's
against
tragic.
Spears.
That's actually tragic. That is terrible. Like, just having army numbers here is huge, so you can push that army away, right? You don't have to repair walls behind. You can send villagers out forward if you want, supported by your army. Fire has just basically eliminated the possibility of a forward coming towards him by clearing up that military, and he is tracking everything that Cloud is doing right now at home.
I like how Cloud saved the sheep. It's the small details, you know?
How long until he actually kills it, though?
I don't know. He's moving it around an awful lot. He's getting it ready. Okay, so now Cloud's adding more skirms. Ugh. Again, maybe trying to surprise Fire, but I'm not sure I love the idea of adding more skirms here. He's going to add scout of his own, though.
Dude, I think
and then add a knight.
I think he might have wanted to come forward.
Yeah.
And then he lost that army, and he can't anymore.
Okay, Fire saw something there. He saw the scout. He also saw Castle Age come in. The skirms have not been shown yet, and fire's now in.
That's ugly.
It's interesting. Shouldn't accomplish much, but this does give fire intel, which is a pretty big deal. The skirms have moved out from Cloud. Cloud, bring the knight and chase down the skirms. You don't need the knight for the scouts. But I guess he doesn't want fire to kill villagers with them. And camels for fire, as expected. We do not have a second TC yet from either player. It could come at any point, and Cloud's not getting a lead skirm. So yeah, the find from fire with his additional scouts was huge. Still really unsure about a lead skirm here. Not sure I like the choice.
I think Cloud's kind of unsure about what he should make in this matchup. If he hasn't done damage early, like, at least he killed some of the skirms from fire. He sees the camels now, does not cancel elite skirm. He's going to keep that here. And the elite skirms are going to be, I mean, they're a little bit better against camels than they are against knights, but they're still not great.
Yeah, and then you've got to use your knights here to help out, and this is just Byzantines having the options. Franks usually wanting to make knights, but still decent fights here. And fire will lose these units. Fire is just going to boom at home, which is the safe play. I like the monastery from fire to get relics, because it's all about late game decisions here. And it was bold, but I like the TC on the left as well, because he knew he has map control. That's a good hill to control and get vision on.
God, these camels are still running around.
Yeah. Just buying time.
Oh, and no husbandry for Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud clearly doesn't know what to do.
Here.
It's Cloud, dude. He's got it. He fights back. Fire's going to stop, right? Stop? No, okay.
Too bad.
Fire's like, what? Elite skirm and knights? What is this? Quick wall. Cloud.
Quick wall. Easy. Oh my god. It's like watching Doubt, dude.
He's the Taiwanese Doubt. People should love this guy. I don't know if there's as many memes about him in his community as there is about Doubt, but okay, conversion on the camel from Cloud's nice. Some chip damage with the skirms, even though they don't have Bodcanero yet. He's killed the camels in the back. He's got a nice army count. He goes to kill the monk with the skirms and lets all the camels in, which is not good at all. And fire
He can't really go anywhere with the camels, though.
Yeah, fire's going to maybe
consolation,
lose another camel.
He can't really go anywhere with the camels. He's trying to get conversions himself. When camel was converted, the skirms are going to take out the monk. Value.
Okay. And a new monk can pop out, and the new monk can get a conversion. So fire's got to back up here. Still, though, fire's booming on 3 TCs versus 2. Fire's had way less idle time, and it's cheap camels. Camels dominate skirms and knights, so I'm not sure where this is going to go for Cloud.
I mean,
that's why Fire's taking these fights.
He's getting some decent engagements here. He really is.
Yeah. Fire needs to make sure he doesn't toss away too much army. I think he could back up, heal up, just prepare himself for the wave when it comes across the map here.
God, the Byzantine monks, like, if you have them within range of a fight and they're healing units, it actually makes a massive difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, we're going to a game 5 here, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to be creative, but Cloud's got nothing. He's got no control. Fire's going to drop the next TC. And what was the map for the 5th game if it happens? Oh, Nomad.
Nomad.
I saw Cloud.
There it is again. There it is again.
Sorry. I blame the Frush. More stables from Fire as he's going to add more camels here. Still kind of wondering Cloud's plan. He might be a bit rattled too, dude. Like, no bodkin. That's something you should normally pick up
University, and he's going to stone. So I think his plan is probably produce, try and take some big fights in the center, and then go forward with some castles.
Yeah. Fire, I think, might even feel like this one's over at this point with how much he's killed and what he saw.
First villager kill of the game.
Villager on the left. Yeah, true. Big.
And another sheep is there from Cloud. He did kill the other sheep, so that's something.
I love what Fire's doing, though. Especially with Byzantines, building houses and buildings all over just gives you vision around the map. Makes sense to be doing this.
Like
he didn't get relics.
The game plan from Cloud is great. I mean, I'm going to make skirms against Byzantines. Worse skirms against camels. as well.
Yeah, but like, what do you make? There's no advantages really except the economy.
Yeah.
He really was hoping. Whoa, really fast conversions there on the camels.
I think you honestly just have to go knights.
Yeah,
And just try and
I
hit
think you
your
go Knight
timings.
Pike. Yeah, I think you go Knight Pike. He was hoping the 2 militia would have surprised Fire a little bit more.
Oh boy. Oh, that's conversions right there. That's 3
Yep.
conversions just straight up.
And healing now in this fight as well. And now the eco difference is 20. And we still see camels and knights switching sides for the time being, but Fire's 4 town centers. And if he wants to send a message here, he could go for a forward castle, but I don't think he realizes how big a message he could send right now. With the score, at least, you're 300 score behind. You might think, or ahead, sorry, if you're Fire, you might think that maybe the eco's even right now.
I think you have to know. No, he scouted like Cloud's base.
He saw this when he saw the second TC coming up when he had 3.
Yeah.
And
So
he's
he
been
knows.
on 4 for a bit.
Yeah, he
So,
knows that he's ahead. And he hasn't had a significant amount of idle TC time either. Terrible regroup there from Cloud. He's going to lose some more units. He's got the monks here. He needs to hope for some big conversions. I like the body blocks from the skirmishers on the monks to prevent the camels from killing them. But the skirms aren't going to really add much value behind this. This whole army is going to go down. And where is the hope for Cloud?
The hope is game 5, which he might not want to accept just yet. Sometimes, and I don't know what it is, because I haven't quite figured it out, but sometimes when you're dead, you just need to let it sink in. You want to face the fact that this game is over in the game for as long as possible. Skirms is just not it. 101 villagers for Fire. And Fire is about to click Imp here. He just had 2 blacksmith upgrades on his camels, and that's more than enough. I think he's going to go for the forward castle here. Yeah, also, people are just talking through options. Like, it's really tricky, because if you try and switch to longswords, at this stage, cataphracts can come out. And longswords,
they're so
it doesn't
slow.
suit the
Like,
Franks.
and
they're
Fire,
slow. Yep.
Fire can just wall
And
at his
make
base,
knights
go up
and-
to Imp,
yeah.
and then wait for hand cannons to come out. It's like...
Yeah,
think I'm-
Byzantines truly just have no counters at this point.
I think it might have just accidentally rewound. What time are you at?
3410.
Oh my god. I don't know how I did that. I didn't even press a hotkey. I just like double clicked somewhere and it rewound.
Well, if skirmishers were dying in the past for you, that's going to happen in the future as well.
I'm at 34:25 right now.
Yeah, I'm 34:35.
Okay,
So I'm
we're
like 5
Gucci.
seconds ahead. Cloud's trying to go Imp right now. He sees Fire's building a castle on the front, but Fire has already clicked up to Imp. So I think, if we don't see the GG before Fire's an Imp, the GG will definitely happen once the Imperial Age is in and the first Trebuchet pops.
Dude, I'm so checked out of this game 5 minutes ago. It's not even funny.
Same. Yep.
Oh my god. I'm just like staring at this with blank face. Hello, chat.
It's a shame.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. It's a shame that this game happened after the first 3 games were so insane, right? But this is Byzantines on Arabia. There's nothing special about them, right? There's no excitement to it. It's just a bunch of cheap units.
Cloud Scout is in the same spot.
Woo!
You see it? It's been there for 25 minutes probably.
Isn't it sick though how many things we can see that shows us he's been playing for 10 plus years?
Yeah.
Like the previous game and how he moved his units.
Oh, all
Not
the knights
using
get
auto
deleted.
scout.
Nice.
What happened?
Knights got deleted.
Oh shoot!
Fire should
Dang,
go. Fire should go paladin.
Or cav archers apparently.
Paladin would be a play. Like Paladin would be like a dude. What are you doing in this game? Still.
I love Cloud's like I still got this. I've got skirms with Franks.
Yeah.
They don't get bracer and they also don't get the final armor. I've got this. This is fine. I mean, Fire is going into archers. So, there is that.
I like how Cloud still didn't get the relic in the back of his base.
Yeah, I ain't got no time for relics.
No time for that, yeah.
He got enough relics in the previous game.
I mean,
He's got to save his relic quota for the next game.
yeah, his monks are busy with other things.
So 1 Byzantine castle on a hill filled with units. And then obviously some trebs versus 2 castles at the bottom of the hill from Franks. I prefer the 1 castle on top of the hill all day. Every day, Fire did make defensive castles elsewhere, so he could have doubled down on this hill, but decided against it.
5th TC incoming as well.
Yeah. He's got vision all over the map. The right side's a little bit dark for him, but you might send bills over there. And he's probably confused. He's like, I don't know what to make because I can't believe my opponent would actually go skirms right now. Skirms should die to the Arbalest.
Make Paladin.
Yeah, elite cataphracts. But nah, just Arbalest, Bombard Cannon, Camels. Another castle for Cloud in this position. Both of his golds are here.
Why? And Fire can see that castle.
With the sheep.
Yep. Although he probably could see it anyway with Byzantines.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
You can see everything.
Yeah. All right, here we go. A Fire drafted against, at least based on what you said, and we think Incas or Franks. He didn't know what Civ Cloud would go for, but he assumed it would be one of those 2, and Byzantines have great options against both. And Cloud tried to be creative here. He tried to switch it up and play into skirmishers and militia, but he played away from his strengths in order to try and counter the opponent, but Byzantines could have countered anything he made. And the castle's going to fall. Cloud's going to take a fight with the skirms. The camels pop out. And Dave and I are definitely not waiting for the GG. There it is. As a shock to everyone, we are going to see the 5th game, but it's another back-and-forth series. It will be the final game and a decider that sends one of these 2 to gold. Yeah, this is pretty sick, dude. I would have predicted Fire would have won this one 3-0 or 3-1 if I would have predicted something. So I'm pumped that we're getting a 5th game.
I am as well. I'm pumped that we're into the next game. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's forget about that game as quickly as possible. Also, Fire hasn't played Bengalis yet, right?
Yep. No, it's Cloud that has Bengalis, I think, right?
Oh, no, it's Fire has Bengalis.
Oh, Fire then Fire had Incas. Okay, so I was on the wrong thing. So Cloud had Persians. Persians are Koreans, so he had to go Franks there. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I was looking on the wrong Civ draft.
All good. All good. Anyways, so we'll hop in and sync up then. And I'm at 3 seconds. That's where Capture Age has me. So it could have been Koreans or it could have been Persians for Cloud. He had those options. Fire drafted Bengalis first. And it's going to be Nomad to decide with these 2. And honestly, I think their TC positions, based on their starting Ville locations, might be really close.
Might be fairly spicy. All right, I'm ready to go.
You're at 3?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Here we are in the 5th game. Let's see these TC spots. Players want their town centers as quickly as possible. There's Fire.
On the stone.
And
there's... Oh, God. I guess Cloud's going out to dock to the side, so he's going to have a good spot to dock in the far corner.
Yeah.
And he's not going to run up against the landlocked side. Neither player is. And Fire is going for that TC. 2 villagers really close by, so that's going to be a fast TC. And he's going up to the top to dock. So nice location for Fire. Cloud. Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, I see the gold there. I see a stone kind of nearby, but when I'm looking at boar locations... There's one. The others are really hard to find, man. The others are really hard to find.
Yeah, this is Nomad, right? You pick Nomad usually as the underdog because you want that RNG aspect, that randomness aspect to help you. The gold position's fine, the stone position, the wood, all that's good. This is all, of course, before we even talk about the civilizations. But he has so many goats, needs to locate a second boar somewhere.
Cloud has so many goats, and he's searching around. He can see the one near his base, and I think he's going to find extra boars because he has all of these goats. He's going to find the one way far to the left, which he can take in easily with the house trick. He's going to find the one probably to the south here with a goat. So maybe things maybe even to the east as well. Yeah, like
right?
good scouting is really going to pay off here for Cloud. And we look at Fire. Fire's got one goat, and he's using it to find his extra res. Cloud is already at the point where he can start looking over shorelines. He's identified which side of the map is landlocked, which is really important to know.
Dude, he's making use of these goats so
He's
nicely
gaming
here.
right now.
He is gaming big time Nomad stuff.
Yep.
And so let's talk about civs. Persians start with the plus 50 food and plus 50 wood. So that allows you to get the first fishing ship out a little bit easier. And it allows you to get an additional villager out.
Mm-hmm.
That extra flexibility is huge on Nomad. I know a lot of people don't play it. It's a lot harder than it looks. It's a completely different game in terms of the timings.
1v1 is wildly different from team game Nomad as well. Like the priorities are way different.
And Fire went Bengalis, a civ that I'm surprised was his #1 pick, but I don't think it's bad on Nomad because typically in 1v1 Nomad you have a couple strategies, but normally it's all water. So fast Feudal into water or Castle Age water. Bengali ships regenerate, so they'll win the 1v1 water battles. And then also you see a lot of like knight pushes. And Bengalis have really good monks. Not to mention Bengalis get extra villagers from their town center upon arriving to the next stage. So on paper, I think that's good. I think the problem for Bengalis is they don't have knights themselves. So they can't really like go for strong pushes, and it's really hard to push the Persians because the Persian TCs and docks are so strong.
Dude, this is so intimidating if you're Cloud. Like, you're looking at 3 different board locations. Number 1, you have to scroll your entire map to find them. And they're all, like, the same distance away.
Yeah, it's like, which one do you go for?
I can pull those in, but I'm going to have to go so early for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be so difficult.
Fire doesn't see a second boar, Dave. He's pushing in the deer with the Vil, which is creative. But the boar that we thought he would find to the north of his TC, he has not scouted. And to the west as well, he's still struggling to find that one. So
he does have a couple goats he can take.
Oh God, and no pro player wants to get loom here because they're like, nope, if I get loom, then
loom
that's
is
me
not
not creating a villager.
In the world, though. It's not the worst thing in the world.
I agree.
It's like Nomad. The difference between Nomad and a map like Arabia is sometimes you just have to ignore the efficiency element of it and just do your thing, right?
Yeah. Well, he's trying to do his thing here with the goat. There he goes. I wonder if he's gonna collect this other goat on the way to save this Vil, or is he gonna house trick? Oh God. Oh God. Come on, house trick it, Cloud.
Dude, he's gonna do it. All right. He used the berries strategically. He had some berry bumpage. There's the house trick. Easy. Hits it again.
Downhill hit could be bad.
No, he's fine. He's so fine.
Okay.
He's unbelievably fine. He could just target this with the villagers. Doesn't even have to shoot with the TC.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Fire didn't find another boar until now. And he's on the way, and he's doing a little palisade maneuver. And he does it again, which is creative. But still no boar underneath his TC. And Cloud will click up.
Cloud
has not located the dock from Fire yet.
No, but he does see a house over on the left side. So he's going to scout it with the fishing ship to make sure there's no dock there. And that'll tell him the TC is somewhere nearby, and he sees the dead deer north of him.
Yeah.
What do you think if he knows the TC is there?
TC drop?
What? Yeah, because there's the outpost right there.
Yeah. No, dude, I was
Feudal
my
Age
first thought was
and then douche.
Like, I think TC drop's actually really good. But I don't think you have to because you have so many other advantages, right? And your Cloud, like, he loves this map. He's so good on it. I don't think you want to necessarily attempt something so crazy here.
Outpost
Again, a classic
does not
move.
Give him a on that.
Nobody scouts with fishing ships these days. Usually players are like, nope, I need all my eco working. If I don't find their dock, I just assume where it is. But he confirms it here.
Oh, he sees it, dude. He sees it.
He's got a lot on wood. But he's going for the barracks. And he must be thinking about scouts and navy. That's my guess.
He found the dock too.
Yeah,
really good stuff from Cloud. Just experience. And Fire's not even up, man. Fire is not even up, and Cloud's going to be up in 25 seconds. Oh, this is going to be really bad for Fire.
I mean, and I don't think it's a fast castle for Fire either. I just think he wasn't able to have as fluid a Dark Age here.
Yeah.
He should absolutely lose his fish. We'll see if it's galleys or fires from Cloud. He's going to go galleys or fire
Is
galleys.
he going to go
I
for a
guess.
tower as well on that stone?
He is. Interesting. And there could be a start of more towers, but he's not mining any stone yet.
Now, Fire can't counter tower this because he's not Feudal Age.
Yeah. That's going to be such a good little spot to have vision over too for
so
Cloud.
Beautiful. And you know what? Once he gets the tower up, also a spot for the TC to the left. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude.
Also, he got Town Watch.
Yeah.
No one gets Town Watch at this stage, but he's like,
No,
I want vision. This
if
is a
you-
Nomad thing.
If you watch the Nomad guys that are really good at Nomad 1v1, almost everyone's getting Town Watch like earlier Feudal Age. It's so important.
Stable's still not up for him because he's spending all of his wood on the ships. And he's making his way over to Fire's dock. Fire does have a second dock. Fire will actually be able to pull off a fast castle off this. He might need to use the market, though.
He is going to have to use market for sure. And he's going to have to sell his stone, which is going to be really ugly.
Yep. And Cloud's going to spend all of his stone here. Pressure's got to be high for both players right now. And
Cloud will
Fire, he's
scout
going to
the
defend on
gold.
water. He's going to make ships, so he can't go Blacksmith Market. His castle time will be delayed here.
Bengalis
Wow.
will have the healing fires, so in a 1v1 they're going to win, but I don't see how he catches up on numbers right away to Cloud with the eco that he has when he's trying to
Look
do
at
other
Cloud.
things. Now Cloud is attacking one tower over there. That is a horrendously placed tower from Fire, but it's kind of necessary, right, to defend that whole area.
I mean, Cloud can't really do anything about that gold then. And he's going to try and outpost the left side as well now, where he will run into a fire market. So they're
Yes,
close,
full
dude.
vision over
They're
everything
close.
he's doing.
Yeah, and he's going to add scouts. Honestly, I think he might rush that tower down. But if Fire sees that, he should be able to wall up.
Yep. Fire is
I
ahead on
would-
Vils right now, or ahead on Eco and Vils.
Yeah.
General.
Dude, this is so wild. Look at the vision from Cloud. He sees the market. He sees the berries. He sees the gold. He knows where the fish are. He hasn't killed the fish. Fire's kept the fish alive, but the fish are not working.
Mm-hmm.
So that's certainly not going to be good. Cloud's going to rush that freaking tower. I think he's just waiting with scout numbers so he could rush it.
Yep. Get 3 scouts going with the Vils. Kill the tower. Cut him off of gold. You know he's not up yet because you just saw
But
the market going up.
I don't like this strat because Fire just needs a couple quick walls here. Yeah, just like one house and a palisade and he's fine. There's the house, and this is just, it's so risky, but Cloud's still going to go
Unless
for
he
it
kills
anyways.
the house and gets in. No, he does
Or
not.
just runs past the house with everything. The mad lad. Game 5. He just runs right past it. He says, screw your tower. I'm going to go check out what's out here. And now Fire's
Oh,
up in
look,
the tower
hunters.
on the berries. What?
Oh, he's not killing anything. So credit to Fire being back here. Cloud, he probably needs a market of his own, honestly.
Yeah.
And he'll probably build a forward market with those 4 Vils. But Fire is going for more towers here on the side, and Fire is just buying his stone, right? Or did he have stone from the stone next to his TC? Is it not
He's
cut off
still
by the
able
tower?
to
I
take
don't know.
some of the stone. Yeah, he's still able to take some of the stone. So Cloud right now, he might make some mistakes because I think he's worried that Fire's up to Castle Age because he's just not seeing anything on land.
He made 5 more fires, Cloud.
He's winning the fight.
I think that's just too much, though. You have 5 fires in the queue. You need a
Dude,
market, my dude.
he's all about commitment, dude. He's all about commitment. He's going for everything he can, but he
That's
didn't
just
find the fish
crazy.
from Fire on the right.
Yeah, he killed 1 fishing ship, and he's still working away on these docks. Like, Fire could get out of this.
Yeah, and Cloud never went to stone. He's doing it now, but he didn't have enough for a tower, so he can't deny
Market,
this
just
wood line.
buy a tower.
Agreed. Really missing a market right now, but he didn't have the mill, Dave. So
Oh,
he's
he
now
didn't have the
milling
mill.
deer.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
Didn't have the mill.
The fact that Fire is fishing on the right though is pretty big for him, and he's going to use his market.
Still can't
He's
get up.
close to clicking up. Come on, let's go market here, Cloud. You've got the mill now. You got to click up to the next
No,
stage.
he's got to kill that mill first from fire. Yeah, there you go. Fire's still trying to go up. He's still struggling.
Dude, there's so much potential for Cloud, but the clock is ticking. There's the market, forward market. That's the energy we wanted, and Fire's just going to try and use the gold.
Okay, douche him now.
6 fishing ships. Honestly, yes. Honestly, yes. TC drop him now, and it honestly could make a lot of sense.
He's going for the tower at the back after the market is complete.
Yeah.
Gonna cut off the wood line. You could buy some food, and it's gonna look a whole lot more competitive once Cloud buys the food, and he does. And now look at the resources. Fire still has not clicked up. He's only got 7 on food right now. His docks are going down. He's trying to protect his fishing ships over to the side. He finally clicks up to Castle Age, but Cloud is going to have a tower on his wood line, and Fire is forced to come forward with these villagers to try and build a tower to protect that stone.
Yeah, I mean, this is Cloud didn't fully wall it in, so this is a nice play from Fire. Cloud's just going to make another
scouts,
tower.
Bro.
Scouts are on the way.
Oh my
Kills
God!
are on the way. I think Fires can get away with this, Dave. Fires is on the way up. The tower is extremely awkward, but the eco's not exactly
But he
working
didn't get the
right
walls
now
down
for Cloud.
He didn't get the walls down on time. There's a tower behind. Scouts are here. These villagers are trying to repair the tower. Cloud might keep this tower alive, Tristan. Cloud may keep this tower alive, and the scouts are killing villagers. What is this? This is game 5.
What is happening? What is happening? This is
Oh my
insane.
God, disaster from Fire. Cloud clearing everything.
Whoa, dude. Now, Fire, I think in the same moment, did kill all the fire ships next to his dock, which is now on fire. So that's good. And he could maybe eventually get over to... Fire, what are you doing?
Dude,
Fire, don't lose more vills.
Oh,
Fire.
he saved them? He's not going to save these ones. No way.
No. Oh, my goodness.
And
Okay,
Castle Age
so
is on the
9-1
way
eco
for Cloud.
KD. Make that 10-1 eco KD. Fire needs to YOLO by a castle, right?
Yep.
Is that not what the situation calls for?
I think so, and then you protect yourself. You're going to get 2 additional vills from getting to Castle Age as Bengalis, which is great. But you just need to hold that shift button and hit that buy stone.
Yeah, buy it all. Ozone, don't look. This is what you could have.
He bought wood. He bought wood. He bought wood.
He's getting War Galley, and he's going for a monastery,
monks,
which is always tempting with the Bengalis.
And it's another tower here from Cloud. Okay.
Look at
both players have
vision
0
again.
on wood, by the way. Just
Yeah, it's
casually.
and dude, Cloud's going to try and repair this tower again.
Yeah. No,
he
he's going to the palisade.
The palisade, no. Oh,
It's not worth it.
That's unfortunate. Poor goat that's in the middle of all this is probably so
Oh
confused.
my God, dude. I haven't had this much fun with the set in so long. Holy.
Yeah. And it's like, this guy's gone through everybody to get here. He's up against Fire, and Fire's still building up for a castle. What do you do if the castle goes up if you're Cloud? I think I might prefer. I think I prefer Fire's position the second he drops this castle. Oh, wait.
Scouts are coming in, and these towers have fletching now. These towers have fletching, and he's about to get Bodkin too. I think Bodkin is a must here. You need Bodkin. You need Bodkin.
Fire, not that position, dude. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, the castle's been deleted. He doesn't have the stone for it now. Panic times for Fire.
He's buying it again. He's putting it a little bit closer.
If I know Cloud, he will YOLO buy stone right now and drop a castle somewhere. I just don't know where.
No, you drop a TC on the gold from Fire.
There's the tower there, dude. Calm
you drop
down,
a
okay?
TC, yeah, it can deal with the tower.
Calm down.
It's Persians. You're not going to lose it anytime soon. You send 10 bills.
So Fire is starting to kill fishing ships from Cloud, Dave. A big deal there. And he still is, the potential to make some Ratha, which could be decent enough.
It's like Cab now.
Towers to hide in, but there's not enough towers for these vills, and Cloud's going to find more kills. And Cloud's completely forgotten about his water, though. Fire did not, so Fire's made progress.
Cloud needs a second TC, for sure. You need to start expanding this vill.
Guard tower would be really nice.
Yeah,
or a siege push. A siege push with towers on the right.
He's going for monks of his own. He can heal up his scouts, which would be good. Second TC is really nice, though, if you're Cloud here.
Yeah. If Fire can hold, I think he should absolutely be making Ratha and using them in melee mode right now. I think it's a good enough unit. He's making the first one, but He's going to need more. But if Fire can hold and drop another castle and drop that one offensive, I think it could look really good for him.
I don't know, man, because you can't drop it in between those two castles there. Like, maybe if you get... Or in between the two towers. Sorry, if you get Bodkin, maybe you can range the one, but...
I think you would drop it on the left
hill?
of... On the left of your castle where the outpost is from Cloud.
Ah, okay.
Right there. Get access to some gold. Deny the wood line.
Another
Like,
TC
look at the res
behind
collected,
Cloud.
dude. This is so close. It's 300 difference.
Yeah, you have
Way
to
more
keep in
food for
mind, though,
Cloud.
that all of that gold from Fire was basically selling everything at the market. He's been selling like a maniac.
Yeah, both players, if you just page up, it's just market. Second TC there for Cloud, so he'll start to think about farming and adding more and more economy. And he honestly, he knows exactly where Fire is and what Fire is doing all the time. So it might look weird that he's just sitting here, and it might look unnatural, but it's not, because the second Fire does anything, he will see it.
Sees everything. I think if you're Cloud, I would like to see a dock on the right. And maybe the work alley research eventually, just to make sure that Fire is not fishing like a crazy man over here.
I agree.
But the light cav are going to come in first. The monks are kind of out of position to the left, and I think Fire might be thinking about a castle over there. That's why he's got him there. And Fire is wisely stonewalled here, so that's really, really nice.
That is really good. And Cloud I think Cloud's just waiting. He's like, when is this guy going to build the castle? Because I see his monks, and I see all those villagers on stone there. And Cloud's lost some of his villagers on the gold to the north of Fire's TC.
Yep.
And that's melee mode on the Rathas for you. So it's basically like a knight, but you only spend wood and you only spend gold on it. Does Cloud castle the castle here and then try and ram it down? Where's he going to place this thing?
He's going to put it in the center. He should probably put it on the right side near the gold, though. Because the monks are going to come out and deny this with the Ratha here, unless the Ratha get converted. Okay, now he has to back up, I think. There's monks from Cloud there.
I don't know how light cav do against Ratha, but I think, again, Ratha in melee mode should be a light cav.
Yep.
And then you combine it with the monks. Fire, just loop yourself around here, dude. That is your invitation to castle this left-hand side.
He's going to do it.
What a game.
No, he's coming out for a lumber camp. Is he coming for a castle, though, too?
He's scared. He doesn't know. Like, how many times has he taken this fight, you think? Probably never.
Ooh, monks need to get conversions here for Cloud. But Ratha have a archer mode as well. And those are Bengali monks, so they've got a lot of armor. Still, the light cav are killing all of them.
But the Ratha win now. And I think Fire can drop the castle here, and Fire will have the lead if he gets the castle offensively. There's no way to counter this with just light cav if you're Cloud, who's got very little vision on the right-hand side of his base. Things could fall apart. That's the perfect castle from Fire. How do you stop this, Cloud? You can make knights or camels, I think, in combination with your light cav.
I think the towers aren't bad behind this. Your TC is going to survive for a while because it's a Persian TC.
Yeah.
So, and you have a second one already, right? So just keep moving your eco to the south. Get some towers up or some walls or something. Don't lose villagers trying to commit here. But I mean, the Wrath are so tough to deal with right now, right?
If he had a little bit more vision on that right-hand side, it's completely in the dark for him because he's been so focused on Fire's base. Maybe then. But, like, I think it's fair to say you have to stop making light cav now, right? Or at least only use the light cav against monks. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
He has 5 on food, so I think that's a fair point.
I mean, monks work too.
Nothing being done about the fishing ships on the water. Luckily for Cloud, Fire has not really expanded his fishing economy at all. But
a lot of weak Wrath here for Fire.
He kills the converted light cav too, which is a huge pain in the butt for Cloud. So good job there, killing that.
There's still a lot of idle time in that starting TC for Cloud. He's got all of his villagers in there. He's so fixated on this fight. He's got tons on stone himself here to the south.
1 on wood only.
Yeah, I mean, Fire's economy isn't great, but the fact he's got some fish has kept him producing villagers more consistently than Cloud has, even though Cloud has more vills. And that's a lot of Ratha.
It is. And he's got Bengali monks behind. Very difficult to take out, especially in numbers. As the Ratha come in, does he get the conversion? He does not somehow.
Nope, doesn't, and gets 1 kill, and then here comes Fire. Okay, we are going to see a castle from both pretty soon. Fire's going to try and drop it on the hill. Cloud's going to try and drop it on the hill. It's happening. We're moments away. Let's see.
Oh my god. And Cloud can see all this coming forward. He's got Town Watch with the houses. He sees the villagers coming forward. He sees the villagers coming forward.
3 more stone.
But he has to wait.
Sides. Drop the castle.
There's the castle right there. And build with everything. Camels are fighting downhill against the Ratha, so they should be good. As long as this castle goes up, you're fine. You just need this castle to go up. You need more monks coming forward. Fire is going for that castle. He's getting super aggressive, but now Ratha are getting converted. Camels are in the way. So many villagers for Cloud. I think Fire needs to abandon. I think Fire needs to leave.
abandon his castle for sure, dude.
Yep.
And he's gonna get his.
And he lost all of his
get everything out of here. If he doesn't get everything out of here, he'll lose.
Insane.
He will lose this game.
He lost everything. Cloud holding on to the hill. Cloud at 71 villagers. Fire only at 40.
Dave, in the exact moment that Fire's castle was deleted, my power flicked off because of a lightning strike outside my house. I'm so shook right now. I assume you can still hear me.
Yeah.
And my backup batteries worked, but oh my god.
It's just the
God
moment,
is speaking
dude.
to us right now. Oh.
Yep. Crazy game, and now Fire is like, oh god, he's got 2 castles. I can't breach that side. I have to go now from the right probably, and he's gonna expand that way. But that's the way the Cloud's gonna be looking. And remember, like Cloud still has a couple villagers behind Fire if he wants to cause some problems too.
True. Yeah, maybe even just like drop a tower there just in case something happens. I think Fire possibly shifting his attention towards just taking out the middle castle from Cloud. Cloud's repairing his castle. But Cloud right now, with all the vision he has an opportunity to kill the vills from Fire on the left. He sees all that, but he's so distracted right now. I mean, who can blame him? What a ridiculous game. I really thought once Fire's castle went up, that Cloud was completely screwed. It was an amazing hold. He's had good economy. It's getting better. It's getting, and it's only going to continue.
He might have just noticed that gold at the back there, too, for himself. I think he saw it before, but it's hard to notice it. He's going to get that TC up, and that's gold access for him. Fire's now selling stone. He's buying food, and he's going for an elephant push against this, but mangonels are coming out. Yeah, he senses it.
Yeah, he sees it. Yeah, the vision. He still sees it. Fire's
sees
like,
the
how
flag.
does this guy know everything I'm doing? And the light cover on the left. I think Cloud's about to win this series.
Yep.
That's
this
a lot
is
of dead
Nomad,
vills there for
Nomad
Fire
1v1, dude. Vision trumps everything. Vision is crazy if you know what your opponent's going to go.
Yeah, and the Rathas were solid, but they weren't able to finish the game. And now Cloud can use some patience because he has control over this game and he can use his mobility. But wait, elephants are here.
Elephants coming forward, and Fire's going to run into a mangonel, and that's just going to be the worst feeling in the world for Fire.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That is really rough. And he backs away. And that's food that he had to spend on that. It's not like he's just spending wood and gold.
He sold stone to buy food for that, I think.
Yep.
But he does have a TC on the right side, so he's kind of like out there taking control. And he does have the fishing ships. He's got 10 now.
Yep.
But
Cloud
still
really
only
needs
50
to try and get some vision on that right-hand side. But his tunnel vision is also more than fine with this economy lead.
Do you... What's the price on wood here? Well, thank you, Fire, for telling us. Oh, my God. Everyone just using the market at one... What is this? A battle for the market? Oh, my God.
We're buying wood. We're selling wood. Yeah, I mean...
I think you need to, like, try and maybe get up if you can't do any damage in the near future. But the light cav are coming in, and it's +2 armor coming in, too. Fire has to quick wall that, but there's no way to clear these up.
Yeah, you got to send units over there. And if you do that, then the light cav on the left are going to be there. And I think for Cloud, your economy's so good. You just keep making army all the time. You never stop. The fights don't have to be pretty.
Oh.
Just keep piling on pressure. Fire's going to try Imp, and he could make Trebs, but I don't know if he's going to have enough to support the Trebs. It feels like if Cloud just keeps producing with this economy, he could have like 30 light cav.
He's going 30 for a
light
tower
cav should
on that
beat
wood
the
line.
amount of Rathas that are out there.
Yeah, and they can dive in for the Trebs too, and the food eco is getting set up. Like, look at the food eco comparison. 10 on food for
Yep.
Fire. That's his fishing ships. 36 on food for Cloud. I'm pretty sure all of those are farmers.
Wow. Just incredible stuff. Now, Fire's gonna... He did spot the tower coming up. So he'll slow this down. He won't fully deny it, but that's good heads-up play from him. And Cloud's also going to think about the Imperial Age now. So both players are imping. Fire's going to... Nice house wall there. So now he can save those vills.
Sick.
That was really well played, as well as garrison his own tower.
Okay, so if you're Fire, you got to find yourself a gold. Maybe, and he's on that gold with a bazillion.
He's on the gold on the right.
He's got it well saturated. 3 mining
And it
camps.
left.
So you go Trebs, you go Monks with the Monk techs,
Yes.
and some Rathas in front to protect. And you just try and clown your way out of this one. But Cloud is on the way to Imperial Age, not too far behind Fire.
Cloud needs more like have than 14. And there's a temptation here to maybe make knights. You should not do that if there's monks out there. You just continue with like have, and numbers
Your
is
gold
how you win this game.
is for chemistry and for your trips.
Yeah. Also, outpost, dude, on the right side. You take Fire off that gold. It helps a lot. I know it's only 5 vills, but that has potential for Fire.
Yep.
And what a crazy game. I'm nervous right now. I'm really nervous. This is a big deal for both of them. And I did not think that, like, I know Cloud's a creative player, and I knew he was well prepared. I did not think he could bring a level that could beat a player like Fire today. It felt so inevitable every series we saw from Fire in Titans League Silver. I like Pikeman from Fire, but I just don't think he's going to be able to afford much.
He's got 11 on food.
Yeah.
He can't. I mean, I guess he has 25 on gold, so, like, anything can happen. What's the food price right now? No, that's wood Fire. Buy food. 114.
207 gold for 100 food right now.
Yeah, selling for 114. 213 gold. Buy. Oh, my God.
Block printing is a good tech here. The Cloud's trying to make trebs. He's actually housed in one of them, which is an issue.
Too much eco.
And he needs... I guess he's going to go Hussar upgrade instead of the armor. Yeah, that's good.
Look at that.
Yeah,
49 farmers.
As well.
50 farmers now. The number just keeps going up. And that's just, right-click into the trebs once you see them.
Yeah.
If you have all the upgrades.
Actually,
Final
you can give up the forward castle. Give up the forward castle. You don't need to rush it. The longer you wait, the better it is for you because of your economy. You just focus on taking Fire's castles out.
Fire's eco
that castle in
upgrades
the front's
are
to buy time.
Impressive.
Yeah, I
Double
mean,
bid X.
the in his defense, he had to play this way.
True.
And there's no sense in trying to catch up economically past a certain point. He's been completely surrounded for a long time. That castle he dropped on Cloud's starting TC gave him a chance. But now I just don't know if he can do this. Like, that army is definitely going to die to 40 Hussars, right?
Yeah.
Has to.
Full armor upgrades. Iron casting is in too. It's got plenty of stables to produce from behind. Unfortunately, conscription didn't come in that castle. It got taken out, but still, he's researching it here, and the forward castle from Fire is now going down. And I feel like Cloud is just going to one fight his way to victory here.
And Fire's, this is such a bad position to be in because you just know that something's coming, but you don't know what. And you're like, oh, 2 camels, that's not bad.
And then this.
A massive ball of Hussars coming
You're
through.
like, surely he has no upgrades on these. Oh,
yeah,
he does.
And so Cloud says, all right, buddy, I'm going for your castle next. Come fight me. And even if you could afford the halb upgrade, I don't think your economy is good enough to make enough halbs to
You don't even have enough halbs now, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to try and
never be able to get the numbers.
5 Hussar with his monks and swing the tide. And a Mangonel.
Yeah, Cloud's going to take this fight. And Cloud is going to pull up what is another big surprise in Titans League. And he could argue it's the biggest. Fire. He was in gold. He played all the maps. He knows the settings. He's been around. But he wasn't able to beat this creative player from Taiwan. He's been around a long time. And that's it for Fire here, dude. He's going to lose everything. What a performance from Cloud today.
Yep, even got Commander in.
Let's
Cloud.
go.
He was thinking towards the future. He's adding ranges, and Fire really doesn't want to give this up. He normally probably would have GG'd during that fight, but he's looking for any possible way he can carry this through. And once the trebs are down, It's just over, and Cloud goes through with a crazy game. Absolutely wild game there.
Every win that he had today was just
Yeah.
freaking ridiculous, right? Like game 1, the pole strategy,
Yeah.
and how he controlled the game. Obviously, was very close in game 2, and he ended up losing that one. But then the tower rush and the archer strategy on the fortified clearing, and then this. Like, talk about preparation, talk about being unique. Cloud deserves everything, and he's going to move on to gold. As always, with anyone who moves on to gold from these silver brackets, going to be incredibly tough to stay up. And I hope that creativity serves him well in gold against the better players. But still, this is a big achievement for the guy. So regardless of what happens in gold, this is huge.
Really fun games today. Say my name set, and then of course the Cloud set here. Just really, really cool. I loved it. Loved it.
And you want to see preparation and creativity pay, and it absolutely did for Cloud, in my opinion. Also, I know you referenced the age of Tamate, who I think was like 34 or
34,
something.
Ancient. Absolutely ancient.
I would have to look it up. I think Cloud's closing on 40, dude. I think he is. So Cloud's up there. He said 34 is absolutely ancient, so I don't know what that makes Cloud, but he could still get the job done. Great series.
He's past his expiry date for sure.
Yeah, I want to see Cloud AW2, just so I'm not leaving you with incorrect information. Cloud AW2, according to his Wikipedia page.
37, apparently.
37. Sick.
Damn. He old.
We're right behind him, man. It's not going to take too long to get there.
Yeah, 33 and a half. I'm almost 34. Oh, my God. Oh,
well. All right, man. Well, I take it that's it from you today. It's been a really long day so far.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks for the cast, man. I had fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
Great series. That was honestly the best. Sorry, but one of the best sets I think we've covered in a very long time in terms of enjoyment, right?
Yeah, other than the game 4, which
that was rough.
You always need a nap time at some point throughout, right? So other than the game 4, it was pretty good. Anyway, thanks for the cast. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you later, dude.
All right, later.